The Nonary game? The Nonary game? More like uh the Nonary game, because they should have just said no. This game still feels weirdly quiet to me.
The Nonary game. The Nonary game. The Nonary game. The Nonary game. The Nonary game.
If Zero came to me from my house, I would simply say no thanks.
The Nonary game. The Nonary game. The Nonary game. The Nonary game. Nonary game.
The Nonary game. Do you really want to resume from here? Well, I don't have to. Okay, this is the exact same table as the one in the other place. Is that why you were talking about that there was more to that puzzle? Because you thought that this is the same one? I remember you mentioning that there was like something to that puzzle and then it wasn't even related at all. This one's gotta be related. Rude? Only I can say that. Parts of the puzzles we've solved in other rooms. Zero's laboratory? Advanced ventilation. Well, yeah, no shit. Pipe, great. This is really big and it feels really sturdy. It does seem pretty heavy duty. Suppose it belongs to whoever owns this room. Well, I hope so. Nothing there. The rust on here looks like Albus's face. Yeah, how exciting. What? Elvis's face? Where? Oh, whatever. Control panel on the big screen here when if any of these buttons do anything. Oh god. Playing on the screen now. What? It's just base 10 again. Or hexadecimal, whatever. I don't understand how that helps me. Yeah, I solve puzzles. That's all we do here on this stream. Solve puzzles. I mean, I got this. This is like not even hard. I understand what the puzzle is saying. Because this has to equal 10. So I have to get 6 and 4 here on without turning on that one. Okay. Yeah. Yep, excellent job. I solved the puzzle. That's what I would have expected from you. Wood slid open, something came out. Cross emblem. Keyboard. Oh, I need 4 cross emblems. The nonsense game. So that's a Rebecca joke. Get out of here. 2 cross, 3 mysterious circle, and 4 waffle patterns. Well, I don't have those emblems. Me and Rebecca are the same person. That's in character, I believe it. Huh? What is this? Wait a minute. I saw something else when I figured out that Morse code puzzle back in the communications office. Didn't a da? Are those what those are called? What am I trying to input? I guess I don't know yet. Wait, no, don't go back in. I know how Morse code works. Just don't have what I need. It's probably where the cross thing comes out of. Maybe there's a compass on there. What do you mean? Same thing? Nautical table. If it matches directions on the compass with the lines on the nautical table. What? Did I do something? Am I missing something? Oh. Check files. Oh, stop doing that. No, stop. No, I don't have anything about... Morse code. But I do know how to solve this. Can't go into the... What? Hey, wait. Hey, stop. Hey, whoa. Hey, stop. Thought it was like you gotta hold it down. Whatever, full 360. South. West. Wrong west, but whatever. That is southeast. Northeast. Then just straight east. Why does it go the opposite direction? North. Then east. Take that shit out the bread. Good boy. Who's a good boy? Whoa, Clover, come on. Big box in the hall by the exit. Big box in the hall by the exit? Pretty impressive mess. Well, we just need a card reader and we can't get out the metal door. This is the big box by the exit? It's not a box. There we go. Let me put in 0. Okay. Okay, so whatever we're writing down is not a very long word. Not that I know what we're writing down yet. Well, that's only 3 cross-panel things. What's the other one? The coffin in there? All nice. Oh, hey, we're just gonna do this, are we? Closed, right? There's nothing inside of it. Well, I mean, this is where she would be. If she was anywhere. Well, I did that one. I don't have enough for the Morse code one, and I'm missing one. Well, what could I possibly want to be putting in here? Should we try inputting the emblems anyways? What the hell? When you touch a numbered area, the arrow will be selected. It will now turn blue to indicate this. Touching a number ball at the selecting area will cause the ball to move to that area, where you cannot move the red balls. You can only move 3 to 5 balls in a single area. Press the check button. The digital root of balls in an area must match the number for that area. What? Practice makes prefects? What do you mean practice makes perfect? Hey, let's see you solve the next one, then you make fun of me. Oh. So I need to have 5 that equals 6. So I'm looking for 15. I think? Digital root is 6. Well, it'd be 15, or you can go higher, I guess. So I guess I'm gonna have to go higher. I can't use that. 8 and 7's 15. 21. Does that work? Hold on. 8 and 7, 6, 8 and 8 and 5, 8 and 8 and 5, 15, 21, 22, 23, or 22, 24, 24, 24, 24. 2 plus 4 equals 6. That is right, right? Yep. Nope, that seemed to work. What was the point of that puzzle then? Steering wheel across. I have the cross. Just like the Nonary game. $100 words? I'm not a picture with 1,000 words. Hey, shut it. At least I'm trying, alright? Yeah, Junpei's the one solving them. Come on. If I want, I can't use 1 or 9 now. Six. 14. 21. 21 would be 3. That's not gonna work. 5. 10. That will work, but I can't go over here. I can. Alright, that was easy. Okay. Well, I don't have the other crosses. It does kind of look like the battle pass. I don't know what I need to put in here. Word goes 3 letters, except 3 lines, and each line is 1 letter. One line is 2 spaces, the next 4, and the last only a single space. So it's 2, then 4, then 1. And it's a 3-letter word. It's come. Is it ice? It is ice. Huh. Listen to the sounds the machine made, then it was a turbo matter to decode them. Oh yeah, of course, Snake. Heard a sound from behind the shutter. Perhaps the coffin's unlocked now. I hope not. We can avoid that coffin for a second, I think. So this, I think it's something. 7 and 7? I don't know, let's just go like this. Let's just put a 2 over here. First one. It's probably like super easy actually. 7. What gives me 7? 16. 8 and 7. 8 and 7 only gives me 15. 15 and 1 plus 6. Yeah, that's not gonna work. But 6 and 2, and then 4, 5, 7 probably works, right? Okay, well I have to open the coffin. I don't really wanna. It's just a box. There's nothing inside. Yep. What do you mean, nobody? Were you expecting someone to be in there? It's a long story. What's in there? Ooh, the key we need. Okay. I like how the characters are like, ooh, it's like Zero's base of operations. Yeah, but clearly Zero wanted us to come in here. Solve it in no time. 8 and 9? 9, 18. Right? No, wait. 4. And then 2 and 5. No, 2 and 5 does not give me. What the hell is this puzzle? I don't like this one. Maybe I just have to go 4 and 5, and then 2, 7, 8. Except for getting set traps in his own house and getting wiped out by his knee smashing trap going down. Zero tries to leave his room and has to solve the puzzle every single time. Oh, damn it, the Neptune key's back in the coffin. Well, it gives me 9. 4 and 5 is really easy to get 9, so I don't think it's it. Maybe 2 and 7? Nope. Do I need to use every single ball? Yes, okay. 12. 16 doesn't work. No. Hold on. I'm like not even thinking about it. I need 17. 17 or just straight up 8. 17 or just straight up 8. But straight up 8 doesn't work. Maybe, I guess I could do it, but... The 7 and 2, 4 and 5 is 9, and then 8 doesn't work. Use math? I don't know how. Yeah, I just did that, didn't I? Is every combination possible? Honestly, it's probably really easy to brute force. Five and 7, 12. You'd think that would work, you know. That's 8, 7, and 4. 0 is another room crying and screaming at you. True. 15, 15, 17, 18, 19. And that's 1 plus 9, which is 10. That is 10, 1. That's just a root of 1. That doesn't work. Oh. Eight, 15, 20. There's a root of 2. That doesn't work. 15, 19, there's a root of 1, that doesn't work. Well, what equals 17 then? 8, 7, 15, 2, 4, and 5. I don't understand. It would. This opens the door. Let me out. I can't move these anymore. Is 8? No, don't Google anything. I'm solving it. 8, 7. 8 and 7 is 15. 15, 16, 17. 1 plus 7 is 8. It's the root of 8. And then 4 plus 5 is 9. Is this not right? I'm really confused. I thought that was it. What's wrong with this? One plus 7 is 8. Yeah, this is right. This works. Do I need to have 3? No, but you can't because you only have 5, so it doesn't matter. One of these has to have 2 or less. I'm really confused. No. I got this. This is easy. You think the game's gonna give me a hint on how to do it? What are the rules? Only 3 to 5 balls in a single area. But I don't have enough. Right? The area that area we selected will turn blue to indicate this. Switching a number of the selecting area will cause the ball to move to that area. However, you cannot move the red balls. You can only move 3 to 5 balls into a single area. So the checked ball, once you move all of them except for the red ones, you cannot move. The digital balls. Yeah. But I don't understand. If I need to have 3 to 5 balls, then I can't do it. Because I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What? Okay. I'm not even gonna, like, question that. I don't know why that worked. I just literally pressed shit and it worked. What?
What the? What the hell is this? This man with a mustache on the right.
The captain, yeah.
Murdered in the captain's quarters. He had the Zero bracelet on his left arm. And this second man with the glasses and a doctor's coat.
That's the 9th man.
He's the 9th man. The one with bracelet number 9. He died after he went into door 5. But this guy, the one in the striped suit. Oh man, that's Ace. Yeah.
Guy X is the guy in the middle right.
No doubt about it.
But what does it mean? What is Ace doing in this picture?
It's probably in character to do random things and solve the puzzle accidentally. Yeah, probably.
Not only Ace, the 9th man and Cap too.
Well, yeah, because we're on a route where he doesn't know about the
And they look
cradle thing.
happy, like they knew each other well. Why? How? How in the world are these 4 men connected?
You say Ace is in that picture?
Yeah, it doesn't look like it was taken recently, though. Ace, the 9th man, and Cap all look about 10 years younger.
Ah, so the 9th man and the man you found murdered in the captain's quarters are also in the picture?
Yeah.
Is there anyone else? Or are there only 3 people in the picture? I'm afraid I can't see it.
No, there's one more guy. He's got kinda long hair, he looks smart, but a little cold. He's the only one I don't recognize.
What's the date of the photograph?
It doesn't have one.
Did you look on the back?
Back?
Yes, the reverse. The other side.
Huh. Praying for the success of the Nonary project with Nijisaki, Kubota, and Musashido.
Huh. Then the 4 men in this picture were the organizers of the Nonary game 9 years ago. That means Ace, the 9th man, and Cap were all responsible for making it happen. But I feel like I should be more shocked about this. It's almost as if that's just how things were always supposed to be. Why? Why am I not surprised? Ace was the one in charge of the Nonary project. But why? Why am I so calm? It's like I already knew.
Ah, of course. I understand.
I wonder why he's so calm and he already knew.
Ace was the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. He was the one who invented the game 9 years ago. He was Gentaro Hongo.
Ace is Hongo?
You knew that already.
I had my suspicions from the beginning. Their voices were similar. Too similar to be a coincidence. I could never forget his voice. It was the voice of the devil. I couldn't be sure, though. After all, I had no way to check. I certainly couldn't ask him. Even if I had known, however, I would never have told you. Zero made it quite clear what would have happened if I did.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea.
Want to hear the stupid reason you solved that puzzle, by the way? Yeah. Is the digital root of 9 is not 0, right? There aren't enough numbers to form both roots, however, keep in mind the goal is to use all the balls not to hit both targets and put all available— What?! That's stupid.
Huh?
I didn't know that Ace was Hongo.
Oh, yes. I suppose you wouldn't have. 9 years ago. You were in Building Q in Nevada, but Hongo was in the Gigantic with us.
I know. That's why I didn't know what Hongo looked like. But why? Why didn't you tell me? I mean, I'm your sister, right? You could have told me.
I'm sorry. I apologize for keeping this from you. But if I'd told you, Clover, you would have told everyone else. And if you did, then I would have been forced to tell them about what happened 9 years ago. I had to prevent that.
Hey, Junpei. You think I could borrow that picture for a sec?
Sure.
Hongo Kubota. Nijisaki Musashiro. Hongo Kubota. Nijisaki Musashiro. Hongo Kubota. Nijisaki Musashiro.
Hey, Seven, do you...
Shut it! Just be quiet. I'm this close to remembering. This close. Hongo Kubota Nijisaki Musashiro. Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Nonary Project. Shit.
What?
What's wrong?
Holy shit, this is nuts.
What's nuts?
I remember
Remember what?
everything.
Everything?
Yeah, I remember all of it. My memory's back. I remember what happened before I got snatched.
What?
Let me tell you what happened. Like Snake said, Ace is Hongo from the right. The other three are Musashido, Nijisaki, and Kubota. Musashido was the man with the cash. Nijisaki was Hongo's right-hand man. And Kubota developed the actual technical details of the experiments.
How do you know all this?
Come on, man, I told you, I finally got my memory back.
No, that's not what I mean. I'm trying to ask you why you knew all this stuff in the first place, before you forgot it.
You really want to know?
Of course.
Me too.
This is gonna take a while. Hell, it'll probably take me a good 3 days to tell you everything.
Well, we don't have 3 days.
Just give us the short version, all right?
Short version, huh? All right, fine. I'll give it a shot. No promises, though. I'm a detective. It's a little awkward to say this about myself, but you could probably consider me a lone wolf type. I hold to my own code, as I think doing what's right is more important than doing what you're told. That's why I followed my gut that night. A slim lead brought me to the wharf. It was 9 years ago. The wharf had been cold as fuck, and I could barely see squat. I was investigating a mess of kidnappings, all of them children.
Heaven's built correctly.
It all had one thing in common. A history of visits to one particular hospital. A hospital under the management of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. And my investigation had turned up evidence that Cradle had been involved in the kidnappings. After a little sweet talking, I managed to finally get a real lead from someone inside Cradle. My source told me this.
Tonight, a ship is set to take the children to a large passenger liner docked offshore.
So I headed to the wharf. In the shadows, I searched the harbor until I found the ship he was talking about. There was a bunch of movement near it. Men in black suits, many of them carrying large bags. The bags. There was something about the way they moved as they were carried, no doubt about it. There were human beings in those bags. I moved before I realized it. I came out of hiding with my gun already in my hand.
Don't move.
I felt metal touch the back of my head.
Drop the gun. I could kill you right now. It'd be easy to get away with it, too. Just tie an anchor to your feet. No one will find you for a week. That what you want? The fish here would love a meal.
I kept digging the cold metal thing into my skull. There was nothing I could do. Did what he said and laid my gun on the ground. Then suddenly, there was a sharp pain in my neck. A needle.
A drug?
That was my last thought. My face hit cold concrete. I was out like a light after that. I woke up on a hard floor. Damn it! Shit, my head hurts. I did a quick once-over of the room. Where am I? A small, shabby bed, a dirty sink,
I'm not responding to that.
a toilet with no privacy. I'd seen it countless times as a cop. I'm in a cell, huh? Facing the toilet was a door set into the wall. I was still pretty woozy, but I made my way over to it. I pushed and pulled on it, but... it won't open. Not like I expected much else. It would be dumb enough to put me in a cell and leave it unlocked. Threw myself against the door a few times, but it wouldn't budge. I knew it. I gave up and made my way back to the bed, and sat down. Huh. I sat there for a very, very long time. Who knows how long. Then, I heard a faint voice. The voice was far away. I couldn't understand what it was saying, but I could hear one. It was pretty high, probably a little kid. Huh? No, it was several. I hear 5 or 6, maybe more. Where? Where are they coming from? I pressed my ear to the wall and tried to listen through it. No, that's not it. Left. It's coming from under the bed? I hauled on the metal frame and flipped the thing over. And there it was. The bed had hidden an air vent under it. The hole in the wall was covered with metal grate.
Prince Philip was like a reverse All Ice.
I dropped flat on the floor and peered through the grate. I couldn't see shit, but I knew it in my gut. This was where those voices were coming from. Hold on. Why are there kids here? But then what my inside man told me popped into my head.
Tonight, a ship is set to take the children to a large passenger liner docked offshore.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Am I on that ship? It didn't matter. All I knew was I had to get to those kids. I checked out the metal grate.
I'm gonna kill both of you.
Could I fit? I stuck my fingers in and grabbed it. And then... Yeah! How do you like that, you son of a bitch? I finally got the damn thing off. Sweat was dripping down my face, so I wiped it off and crawled inside. The first bit or so was tight. I had a wriggle on my belly. Wind up eventually, and there was space for me to crawl along on my hands and knees. I went from crawling like a worm in dirt to skittering like a bug. Couldn't say it was much better, but I'd take what I could get. And when I'd been in the thing long enough to start wondering where it'd take me, a massive sound nearly scared the piss out of me. It was like a heavy metal door had just been slammed shut. Then there was a voice.
Oh, okay.
What? I wasn't sure what it meant, but anything with incinerator is bad news. Then, almost as if that was a cue, I heard a mess of young-sounding voices. A bunch of them were straight up screaming in terror. And all the sounds together made a howl that made the hair on my neck stand straight up. Damn it! What the hell is going on here? I scrambled through the duct as fast as I could. I made a giant racket, but I didn't care at that point. I soon found a metal door on the left side of the duct. The kids were screaming on the other side. I found it. I yanked the handle and threw the door open. I almost ripped the metal off its hinges. What the hell is this place? I couldn't believe what I saw. The room had a dome up top, and there had to be about 9 walls, all the same size. Up in the ceiling was an upside-down funnel, almost like a chimney. I looked down. There they were. The kids I'd been searching for.
Hey! Well, that's obviously Connie, and that's Snake.
The old dog suddenly silent, for the moment, from surprise and fear.
That looks like Santa on the right.
Scared of the room or me?
Or at least the design reminds me of something.
Both, actually. Not like I can blame them running into a mug like this when they're already scared shitless. I snorted at my own dig at myself and turned to the kids.
Oh, would Santa be there? I don't think it's Santa, but
Kids, I'm not your enemy. I'm one of the...
maybe it's young Santa.
All of them stood there, but well, except one. He was a boy, slightly older than the others, in a private school uniform.
Wait, no, that's the guy from Persona 3.
Who the hell are you?
He stepped forward and glared at me suspiciously. I'm a detective. I'm
No,
here.
that is Santa.
It looked like they relaxed some the second I got the words out.
How are you gonna help us?
Where's the exit?
That is Santa. It just sounds like young Santa.
There isn't one. The doors we came in through won't open, and the door over there...
He kind of cut himself off. I think he was considering something before he changed his mind.
Anyway, there's no point. We can't all get out of here. If we don't get out of here, we're gonna be burned to death.
Burned to death?
Can't you hear it? That voice said the incinerator's gonna start up soon.
Hold on. Where are the nonary game rules? Because I just remembered something about them, and I want to read them, but I don't know where they are. I don't think I'm able to see them.
So...
The voice spoke again.
Incineration will begin in 15 minutes.
They only had 15 minutes. I looked back down at the kids. Looks like a good 20 or 30 feet to the floor. No way I could pull them up. Too big of a distance for any of us to reach. What the hell was I gonna do? But then I got an idea. Wait right there. I'm gonna be right back.
What? Where is he going? Are you just gonna leave us here?
They just got frightened again. I'm not the best at that kind of thing, but I tried to reassure them with a smile. Don't worry, all right? I'll be back, I promise. So just stay calm and wait right there. Got it? I didn't wait to hear them respond. There wasn't time. I had to hurry. Well, as fast as a guy could on his hands and knees. Didn't take me long to get back to my cell. Still no way out of there, but I had a plan. I needed something from the room. When I got it, I dove back into the hole and took off towards the incinerator. Then... Sorry to keep you waiting, guys. I tipped out the doorway and dropped down the rope I brought with me. Back in the cell, I torn the bed sheets into strips and tied them together to make a rope. It was sloppy, but it got the job done. All right, just tie that around yourself, okay? I'll pull you up one at a time.
Right.
Huh. Wait a sec. Something wrong. There were more of you before. Where'd the rest of you go? The boy in the uniform answered.
I let them go on ahead. We opened the number 9 door and they left.
What? You're telling me you opened that door?
That's what I said.
Then what the hell are you doing here?
We couldn't go with them.
Why not?
Look, the only people who can go through the numbered door...
He was in the middle of explaining when...
Incineration will begin in 5 minutes.
One thing that I'm just remembering now is that it mentions that your bracelet will only deactivate if you go, if your heart rate reaches 0 or you escape the ship, right? But I don't think you just instantly explode if you went through the number 9 door, right? Because then you would just escape the ship. It would just turn off.
The wall shook a bit.
Right? I don't know.
Look, that can wait, all right? Just
Zero, it's like vague rule writing has been... There's a dead? What dead? Where's the dead, huh? You escaped the ship. There shouldn't be a dead past that.
Right! I grabbed onto the rope. First one I pulled on was a girl with a ponytail. Next was a girl with a red necktie. A boy in a jacket came after her. He said he'd climb up on his own. The boy in the uniform was the last up. Like the other kid, he climbed up the rope himself. He looked pretty scrawny, but I guess he was stronger than he looked. He moved fast, but when he was almost to me, we heard some knocking. Everyone looked at the door. It had a thick, square window set into it. On the other side, an angry face was staring in.
God damn it! What's going on here? Why is the room empty? Where the hell are those fucking kids?
The door opened, and a man stepped in looking half mad with fury. I recognized his face. I saw him many times in photos during my investigation. The man's name was Gintaro Hongo, the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Hongo saw the boy hanging from the rope.
Yeah!
It was like he was an animal. He lunged for the rope. Hurry!
I know!
The boy in the uniform booked it up the rope.
You son of a bitch! Get back here, you little shit!
15 feet. 10. The second I could reach the kid, I grabbed him. I hauled him up and tossed him into the duct behind me.
Yeah! No!
Hongo had lost it. His face didn't even look human. It was like the bastard pulled off his fake face. He was really a terrifying devil or some kind of damn monster. I quickly reeled in the rope, leaving a furious Hongo yelling at me from the floor.
You fucking bastard! You won't get away with this! How dare you compromise this experiment!
Experiment? What experiment?
Incineration will begin in 1 minute.
Hey, old man! What the hell are you doing? Hurry up!
The boy in the uniform was trying to get my attention. I may have thrown a salute in the raging asshole's face before I closed the door behind me. I went to going back in the cell, so we went down the other direction instead. After about 30 feet, we came across another duct on the left. This one was heading down. nodded and took turns sliding down it. The duct emptied us out into a narrow hallway. There was a door on either side. The one on the left was a normal double door. But the one on the right...
There's something wrong with the child murder experiment. I assure you, the child murder is actually very important to the experiment.
It had black and yellow stripes. And a device next to it on the wall.
We actually have to kill the kids. If we don't kill the kids, then they don't feel danger. So.
Plate on it read, Incinerator. Incinerator?
Yeah, that's where we were.
It was the girl with the red tie who answered me. We were inside an incinerator?
Yeah, Hongo might still be there. Looks like it's been shut off, though.
Wait, what? If he's still in there...
Yeah, that's not good.
That meant we better. We gotta get out of here. Go to the other door, hurry! The kid started running, and I was close. On the other side of the door was a large spiral staircase. Run! Didn't need to tell them twice. Up and up and up. Our feet pounded the steps. Our arms pumping fast. Round, round, round. The devil was on the tail. The stairway kept going. Past a couple of landings when the boy in the uniform suddenly spoke.
Something's up. Akane's not catching up to us.
Akane?
My kid's sister. The girl with the red necktie.
My kid's sister? What?
Akane. That's strange. I didn't remember seeing that name on the list of missing kids.
Hey! Akane!
He kept his hands around his mouth and yelled.
Maybe we outran her.
The boy in the uniform skidded to a stop. I stopped too. So did the other two kids. When did we do that?
Well, we passed a couple big rooms on the way here. Maybe she took a rest in one of them?
No, that's impossible.
Sorry, Grandpa. You keep going. I gotta go look for her downstairs.
He turned to go. Hey, kid, wait! God damn it, I said wait! I don't think the kid even heard me. Fuck! I spun around to the boy in the jacket, the girl with the ponytail. I'm going after him. You two keep going, all right? Got it? The girl nodded and ran up the stairs. The boy.
I'm going with you.
I didn't have time to argue. I just nodded and took off down the stairs. I could hear him following me. He ran all the way to the bottom floor, calling for her. Akane was nowhere to be found.
God damn it, where the hell did she go?
I could tell the kid was frustrated, and then suddenly...
Help me! Somebody help me!
We heard a girl's voice.
Akane!
The boy in the uniform threw open the door and leapt into the hallway by the incinerator. We rushed in after him. I couldn't for the life of me believe what we were seeing. That bastard Hongo had Akane by the arm and was forcing her into the incinerator. Come on, goddammit, move!
No, I don't want to! Let me go, please! Let go of me!
She planted her feet squarely on the floor and was struggling to get away. But Hongo was bigger and stronger. She wasn't gonna win.
Akane!
My brother roared with anger and charged toward Hongo.
Help me!
Ah! You're too late, idiot!
Hongo lifted Akane bodily into the air and threw her, still fighting him, into the incinerator.
Ah!
Before we could even blink, Hongo had leapt through the door after her. We saw him land inside. Then, the door slammed shut. We ran to the door. We did everything we could think of to get the thing open. But...
Ah! Fuck! It's no use! The goddamn thing won't move an inch!
He started slamming his fists against the door. He was close to shattering his knuckles with how hard he pounded on it.
Akane! Akane! Are you okay?
You came back!
Her voice was muffled, but all of us could hear the sheer terror in it.
What should I do? I think I'm trapped in here!
Where's Hongo?
He went out the other door!
What?
Warning. Warning. Emergency.
I'm not even worried about Akane being dead. That's like, okay, whatever, sure. Why is she related to Snake?
Incineration will take place in...
Why was Snake in this 9 years ago?
The incinerator immediately. Repeat.
Santa, yeah, whatever, yeah.
Emergency.
I'm sorry, I'm like so confused I can't even think about it.
Are you fucking kidding me? It's the same damn thing!
Are you there?
Yeah, we're here. Just hang on, alright? We're gonna figure out a way to save you.
His words would have seemed like a sick joke to her if she'd been able to see how white and bloodless his face was right then.
The groups were divided by siblings, but they were put into the exact same group. It's really weird.
Incineration will begin in 17 minutes.
It's not like, oh yeah, bro, as in like, you know, friend, like that is her brother.
It's gonna be all right. I'll figure something out. I promise. I promise, okay? You hear me? I promise.
It was torture listening to her sobbing on the other side of the door. Her brother was nearly crying himself. He could only stand there, fists clenched so tight his knuckles were white.
What happened then?
Come on, man. Put yourself in my shoes. It doesn't end good. You think I want to remember that?
Then...
Yeah. Shit. If I'd known it was gonna be like this, I almost wish I hadn't remembered.
Hey, are you sure?
Huh?
Look, I don't want to ask this either, but there's something I don't get. So if you could just tell me, did that girl, Akane, really...
Yeah, I'm sure. There wasn't anything we could do. After a while, the countdown ended, and we heard something... burning. The fire stopped, but we still didn't move. Me and the jacket kid were frozen. The boy in the uniform collapsed as if he couldn't hold himself up anymore. A few minutes passed. The door opened. The boy in the uniform tripped over his own feet running in. We followed, too numb to speak. The air in the incinerator was hot. Every breath made my lungs feel like they were on fire. It was like standing on hot asphalt. The air was wavering and in the middle of the room, there it lay. The kid's legs were shaking so bad, I don't know how he managed to walk. I couldn't see his face, but his body somehow looked empty. Finally, he reached it. He fell to his knees as his legs gave out on him. And then...
Can I ask you one more thing?
What's that?
The girl, Akane. What was her last name?
What does it matter to you?
Just tell me, okay? Please?
Kurashiki.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Her name was Akane Kurashiki. You were there that day, weren't you? The tall kid in the jacket. That was you, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. You are correct, Detective. Don't misunderstand me. I told you before how Zero threatened me. There was nothing I could do. I couldn't say anything about what happened 9 years ago.
So you're saying you're not working for Zero, right?
Of course not.
Clover, what about you?
Hey, come on! You really think I'm working with Zero? I told you before, you idiot! I was in Nevada, in Building Q. I did hear that a detective rescued the kids on the boat, but I didn't know it was you.
Well, I guess I believe you. Alright, let me ask you another question. Santa's real name is Aoi Kurashiki.
Oi, okay. Wait, what? So he is... What?
He's Akane's brother. You know that?
No, I didn't. Did you?
Well, yes. I know Aoi Kurashiki was her brother, but I didn't know he was Santa. At least not from the beginning. 9 years ago, he was in the middle of puberty. His voice is entirely different now. I'm ashamed to say that even my exceptional hearing wasn't able to make that connection. As such, I had no reason to think Santa was Aoi.
When did you figure it out?
Clover told me that Santa might have been one of the subjects of the initial experiment. It was only a short while ago, while we were leaving the library. When she told me that, I had a feeling.
Santa is Aoi? Akane Kurashiki, June's brother?
There's still a lot we don't know. I mean, like a lot. But there is one thing I think we can say we know.
What's that?
The body we found in the shower room. It had to be Nijisaki, dressed up to look like Snake.
What?
Come on, man, what kind of detective are you? You didn't figure that out already?
Hey, go easy on me, man. I just got my memory back, all right? Cut me some slack.
Well, if he is, the 3 murders make sense then, don't they? Yeah, that's right. Murder. Kubota blew himself up, but that was murder too. So why did these murders take place?
If Junpei is correct, and the body in the shower room was Nijisaki's, that means all of the people who were murdered were involved with the creation of the Nonary project. Kubota, the person who conducted the actual experiments. Nijisaki, Hongo's assistant. Musashido, the man who financed the project.
You mean this was all just revenge? Santa is Zero. He's getting revenge for the death of his sister. That's why he killed them.
No, I don't think Santa actually murdered anyone. If I'm right, then it's not hard to figure out who the next victim's gonna be, is it? I'm pretty sure I don't have to tell you.
Yes.
Yep.
Right.
The next target will be Gentaro Hongo.
The person who planned the Nonary project.
In other words, Ace.
What?
What the hell's going on here?
It must be 6 a.m. Our time is up.
Shit!
Come on, we need to get out of here.
How?
I'm betting this sucker opens the exit. Come on, let's go.
I don't think Santa is Zero, but it makes the most sense from what we've been told. I don't think Zero is one person. Doesn't explain who June is. But I guess what June is.
Huh. I think the shaking stopped.
It would seem so, but we are yet to be out of danger.
You're right.
Let's got an achievement called Seek a Way Out Again. What is it for? All memories of escape in 999, so that's the last one.
This exit needs the Uranus card too. Hey, Junpei.
Yeah, I know. All right, it's open. Let's go. Okay, Neptune Key, let's see if you work. Yes! I think it unlocked. It says incinerator. So this is the incinerator.
This is the first time I've seen it from this side, but yeah, I think so.
Then there ought to be a lever near the door.
Yeah, right here.
Pull that and the door should open.
Got it. Let's go. What the hell is going on? What's wrong? Are you okay?
It's always time for Kino.
Jumpy, you came to get me.
Of course I did. I made a promise.
I'm so glad you're here. So glad.
Hey, what happened to you?
I'm fine. I just fainted. I wasn't feeling very good.
It would suck,
I'm
Frizz.
a lot better now, though.
Are you sure?
Yes. I just need to rest a little longer. I'm sure I'll be fine. You shouldn't worry about me.
Santa.
Hey, where is it? Where's the gun? You hide it somewhere?
I don't have it. I got sucker punched and they took the gun.
What? Who took it?
What? Isn't that obvious?
I took the gun.
Again? Dude, come on.
Just what the hell do you think you're doing, Ace? Or maybe I ought to say Gentaro Hongo.
CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals?
You have me at a disadvantage, and I don't like that. You know me, but I don't know you. Do you have any idea how much I've suffered? Can you even begin to understand my pain?
The pain of prosopagnosia, right?
Another irritating insect. And how do you know that?
Good question.
No matter. If you don't want to answer, it makes no difference to me. This is a waste of time anyway. It's time for me to go. First is 1. Give me your hand. 8. And with this, 9.
The ninth man. Kubota's bracelet.
I believe I've won this game. I've had quite a time playing with you. I must thank Zero, I suppose.
Wait, what? Ace doesn't know who Zero is. What the hell are you planning, Santa?
At any rate, this game ends now. I will escape, and the rest of you will have a slightly less pleasant ending. I suggest you enjoy your final moments. Goodbye. Wait! What? Why isn't it opening? One more time. Now open! No! What is this? Why? That digital route should be 9! It has to be 9! Then why? Why isn't it opening? Now!
Eat shit.
No! Ugh.
Oh, that was close. Too close. Thank you, Seven.
Don't mention it. Just one punch ain't enough for this piece of shit. After what he did 9 years ago, I ought to rip him to pieces. But if a suspect can't talk, they ain't much good. Once he's locked up in a cell, we're gonna have a little chat.
9 years ago? Then you must be...
Yeah, you finally figured it out, dumbass.
Oh.
Ace, you killed Kubota, Nijisaki, and Musashido, didn't you?
Wait, Nijisaki?
Oh, right. You don't know yet. All right. We'll just go through them in order then. Let's start off with Kubota. You talked to Kubota and managed to convince him to go into door 5 alone. You killed him without making it look like you killed him. The way I figure it, you had 4 motives. 1. In the nonary game, the number 9 is dangerous. Whoever had the 9 bracelet could join whatever team they wanted. Adding 9 to any number doesn't change the digital route. Which means that number 9 could do whatever they wanted. You wanted to remove that threat as soon as possible. 2. You wanted the number 9 bracelet for yourself, so that you could make use of its power. In fact, you did use it in the murder of Nijisaki. 3. Even if his number hadn't been 9, Kubota was a problem. He knew your past. He knew what had happened 9 years before. You needed to silence him before he told anyone. 4. But last, and perhaps the most disturbing, you used Kubota as a test. You wanted to know how serious this nonary game was. Was it truly life or death, or simply a harmless prank? You convinced him to break the rules so you could see what would happen. That was why you killed Kubota, but he was only the first. Next was Nijisaki. While everyone was off looking for the missing parts for the Reds, you ran into Nijisaki near the big hospital room. However, because of your prosopagnosia, you didn't realize he was Nijisaki. Chiefly because, when you met him, he was dressed like Snake. That was why you thought Nijisaki was Snake.
No, that's not... That was Nijisaki? Why? How did...
I'll get to that. Anyway, you thought he was Snake. Snake was one of the kids in your experiment 9 years ago. You remembered him because he was the blind kid. But his presence made you think. Snake was one of my subjects 9 years ago. He probably hates me. But if that's true, why isn't he saying anything? Is he keeping quiet because he can't see? Or perhaps he's working with Zero to get revenge on me. Whatever the reason, anyone who knows my past is a threat. Before he tries anything, I need to get rid of him. That was when you decided you had to kill him. The murder weapon was Kubota's bracelet. You just waved it over the Red. Verified your own number and then grabbed Nijisaki's arm and forced it over the scanner panel. Then, when the door opened, you kicked him in. 9 seconds later, the door closed. And then 81 seconds passed. And poor Nijisaki was dead.
And you mean to say... Snake is still alive?
Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm as good as new. Thank you for killing the wrong man, but I can't say I like knowing that you wanted me dead. Although, to be honest, even if you hadn't tried to kill me, I would still hate you very much.
Well, I wouldn't blame you.
Last but not least, let's talk about Musashido's death. When Clover and I were investigating the chart room, you came over to talk to me. Do you remember what you said?
Oh, a pocket watch. Might I take a look at it?
I handed it to you, and you left the room. You had been in charge of the Nonary project. Of course, you would have known the solution to every puzzle. Which would mean that you also knew how to get out of the wheelhouse. All you had to do was place the watch in the indentation on the door to unlock it. With the door open, you...
I never thought about that.
Musashido was there. Conveniently placed next to him was an axe that practically begged you to kill him with it. You picked up that axe and buried the blade deep in the other man's chest. One blow was all it took. And then you returned to the chart room as if nothing had happened.
There was something I wanted to speak with you about, Junpei. Could you come with me for a moment?
I had no reason to say no, so I followed you to the wheelhouse.
He was acting really weird during this part.
When we stepped inside, remember how you slipped your hand into my vest? You pulled out a piece of paper, the one I used to cheat during the vote. But that wasn't really what you were after. Your true purpose had been to slip the watch into my pocket. It wasn't a very good plan. Had way too many holes, and someone saying the wrong thing could have brought it all down around you. You must have been desperate. But what made you willing to risk it all to do it? Ace, Musashido's murder is the only one I don't understand. You obviously did it. But why?
Because of this.
What's with the paper?
Just read it.
Let's see. Number 1. There are 2 ways you might survive this ordeal. The first is to win the nonary game. The second is for you to confess your sins of 9 years past. I have prepared a camera in the captain's quarters.
Oh my god.
The images captured by that camera will be streamed through a satellite and distributed across the world. Simply look into the camera and repent. Once you have confessed everything, I will release you from this ship. To make your confession more credible, I have left you a witness in the captain's quarters. Perhaps he will confess with you. The decision is yours. Do as you please. Zero.
When I awoke in that room on D-Deck, I found that in my pocket. That was why I chose door 1 when we voted. If I went through that door, I knew I could get to the captain's quarters. As you said, I knew how to enter the wheelhouse. My plan was to find the pocket watch before...
Yeah, he was pushy about wanting to get into door 1 as well.
Then my alibi would be set. At least, that was the plan. Unfortunately for me, you got to it first. That sleight of hand was the best I could manage on short notice.
You meant to kill him from the beginning, then? Musashido, I mean.
I only knew Musashido was the witness after I reached the captain's quarters. I asked him, and he answered. He seemed groggy. Perhaps he had only just awoken from sedation. I suppose Nijisaki was in much the same state. He seemed confused and disoriented when I encountered him. But yes, you are correct. I intended to kill him from the beginning, even though I didn't know who he was. I proceeded to the captain's quarters in order to remove this so-called witness.
Ace, you figured it out, haven't you? You were being manipulated.
Yes, so it would seem. I was little more than a puppet, in many ways. Everywhere I went, everything was already prepared. The Reds in the large hospital room were dismantled. Nijisaki was dressed like Snake. There was an axe in the captain's quarters. Musashido was delirious from the anesthetic, so he couldn't fight back. Nijisaki as well. In retrospect, I can't understand how I could have fallen into such a simple trap. But yes, this was a trap. It was Zero's trap. And I fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. I did everything he wanted me to do.
Yeah. By manipulating you, Zero was able to kill 3 people and keep the blood off his own hands. All of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago. That's why this nonary game happened. Am I right, Santa?
Huh? What the hell are you talking about? I don't know any...
Ain't no point trying to play dumb anymore, Santa.
Is that why Zero said I lost? Because the intent was never to kill everyone on the ship? Everyone was supposed to get out? Other than just the 4? Don't say pretty much! Don't act... I don't want answers. I'm not saying stuff for answers.
Actually, I guess I should call you Aoi Kurashiki, huh? My memory
Still doesn't explain why June was there and disappeared, though.
Kurashiki. No doubt about it. Never thought I'd be back in this room talking to you. But hey, I guess this was all part of your plan, right? After all, the person who planned the nonary game this time around was Zero. And Zero's you.
Looks like you really do have your memories back, huh? Well, I guess there's no point in hiding it then, huh? Yeah, you got me. I'm Aoi Kurashiki. I was one of the kids in the nonary game 9 years ago. I made it out. So did Snake over there. But there's one thing Nah, I guess there's two things you got wrong. Number one, I ain't Zero.
What?
Wait, what?
Sure, I was helping Zero out, but I'm really more of an assistant, like a secretary. But an assistant's only an assistant. I didn't come up with all this. All I did was follow Zero's orders.
Then, if you're not Zero, who is?
Calm down there, Junpei. Didn't I say two things? You made one more mistake. Junpei, you just said, all of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago. That's why this nonary game happened. But that's not it. Revenge isn't the only purpose. There's another reason you guys were playing the nonary game. To save someone.
Save someone?
Right. You were brought here to help my sister. To save Akane.
What the hell are you talking about? Akane Kurashiki died 9 years ago in this room. I was there. I saw... What? What the hell? Where is she? Where's Akane Kurashiki? Ugh! Oh, my head! My head, it feels like it's gonna pop!
Seven! What the hell is going on?
I don't know, I just... Oh! I swear to God, my head feels like it's about to explode!
Lainey, what if I did this? What if I just disappeared?
What was the Nonary Project? I'm sure you know already, but I'll tell you one more time. It was a project designed to test a particular phenomenon. And what was that phenomenon? For two organisms to communicate with one another in the absence of physical contact. The morphogenetic field theory. Could human beings use these invisible fields to exchange information? That was what this experiment was conducted to determine. There were two separate locations. One was the Gigantic, and the other was a building in Nevada called Building Q. The 9 children trapped in Building Q were faced with numerous puzzles, copies of identical ones on the Gigantic. They were told to send their answers into the morphic field set and transmit them to their brothers and sisters on the Gigantic. The transmitters were put in Building Q, and the receivers were put on the Gigantic. Each sibling pair was supposed to be split up, but there was a mistake. Akane was a transmitter. She should have been in Building Q. However, for some reason, she was placed on the Gigantic with the receivers, like me. Perhaps she was mistaken for someone who was supposed to be in Group A. Whatever the case, Akane ended up on the Gigantic. I think I've told you enough. You get it, don't you? I'm pretty sure you know where this is going, Junpei.
Where what is going?
Don't play dumb. You know things you shouldn't. Things you couldn't. How did you know Ace had prosopagnosia? How did you know why Ace wanted to kill Kubota and how Nijisaki was killed? Were you surprised when you found out Ace was Hongo? And what about the coffin Snake was trapped in? How the hell did you open it?
Well, that's...
He knew because I knew. Junpei was receiving information that I sent to him through the morphic field set. It's simple, really. How do I know the alternate futures, then? Imagine a river that splits in two, like an upside-down Y. The river flows from the top to the bottom from a single stream into 2 branches. It flows in only one direction. It can never flow backward. Information is the same way. It moves from the past to the future, but never flows backward. That's why people at the river's source in the past will never know about those downstream in the future. The people downstream will never know about one another either. Information only flows along the path of the river. But I am different. I can manipulate the morphic field set to pluck knowledge from the future. I know what happens on either fork of the river, even though the people on either fork know nothing about one another. Now, who am I? I am I, the 9th letter of the alphabet, but I am also 0. No, that's not true. I'm not really 0. Not yet. Perhaps you could say I am less than 0. 0 is my future. In 9 years, I will be 0. Where did she go? June. No, Akane. Where did you go?
Santa!
Why is Clover... Oh shit.
Freeze.
Santa's got the gun. Guess he picked it up when we weren't watching. Looks like he's turned the tables on Ace though. Wonder how he likes having a gun to his head.
Get up.
Sure isn't about to take that gun off him for a minute, is he? Ace isn't putting up any kind of fight. I mean, I don't think I would either, but he looks strained. I guess he's gone through the door, huh? He doesn't need to verify to go through that door, but...
Hey, what's your plan, Santa? What are you doing?
Can't get through any numbered doors with just 2 people. What the hell is he thinking?
Didn't I tell you? I'm Santa Claus. It's time for me to go make a wish come true.
That's it? That's all he's gonna give us? What the hell does that even mean? Shit, they're out. Now the gate's shut. The rest of us are stuck in here, and they're all looking at me. At least Seven's headache is gone. He seems to be alright. Well, I guess there's no harm in trying. See if this door still opens.
Damn. Well, it looks like this door isn't opening anytime soon.
Oh, you mean we're trapped?
So it would seem.
What the hell is Santa trying to do?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, what?
Have you considered where we are? There can really only be one thing Santa would do now.
No. No, you can't be serious.
Oh, but he is. Shit, we gotta do something. Maybe we can still get out through door 9. There's the red. Yeah, alright, we can do this. I just gotta... No, it's not gonna work. There's no way. The 5 of us can't open this door. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8. 26. 2 plus 6 is equals to 8. Is there any combination that'll work?
Junpei, can I borrow your pen and notebook?
I don't think I'm gonna need them ever again. Well, she certainly looks purposeful. She's writing equations, a lot of them. Oh man, she doesn't look very happy. What? Hey, no need to rip pages out like that. Jeez.
What the hell are you doing, Clover? Give me that!
Alright, at least 7 got it away from her. Maybe now I can get a look at what she was writing. Let me see.
What? And there's no other way?
Looks she'd figured it out, though. It's just too cruel.
Go.
Lotus.
Come on, you know we can't do that.
Oh, don't give me that. I'm sure you'd love to get rid of me.
God damn it, you idiot!
Whoa, where the hell did that come from? Looks like she expected that as much as I did.
If you're not... Look, it'd be bad, alright?
Her cop, she doesn't have much confidence.
Yeah. If there weren't assholes like you around, I'd be out of a job.
Uh-huh.
Look, I'm just not leaving you behind, alright? End of story.
7.
He's right. I'm not leaving you either.
Me too.
You didn't honestly think I'd abandon you, did you?
You're all idiots.
Not except as you want, Lotus, we can all see you're about to cry.
That being said, however, I doubt we would be able to open the door anyway, even if we were to leave Lotus behind.
Huh? Why?
I trust you remember what happened to Ace? I couldn't, see exactly what happened, but I was able to guess what he was attempting to do earlier at the Red.
Oh, yeah.
No! What is this? Why? The digital root should be 9! It has to be 9! Then why? Why isn't it opening?
Just to see, why don't we give it a shot?
Give it a shot.
Yes, that is what I said.
You were right.
It ain't opening.
But it did open 9 years ago. The digital root was 9 then, I'm sure of it.
You think maybe they changed the settings?
Perhaps.
If we can't get through the door, we can't get out. Walls are way too high, there's no way in hell we could get to that hole 7 popped out of 9 years ago. All we can do is stand here and stare at this door with a 9 on it. I guess this is it. This is the end. I was watching. I had watched everything that was reflected in his eyes. I was listening. Every sound that vibrated in his eardrums I heard. Smell, taste, touch, I felt everything he felt. I knew everything about him. What he was thinking, what he was feeling, what he was sensing. All of his feelings and worries and fears became mine. My mind, my consciousness was inside of him. Through the morphic field said we were resonant and we were as one. I was him, and at the same time I was an observer. It started with a tremendous noise like a clap of thunder. It was approximately 9 hours ago. Akane vision? Yeah, I just realized that. I get it now, but that's also funny. Gotta activate Akane vision. Approximately 9 hours ago, a bomb had gone off on the ship we were on. That was when my resonance with him began. Our resonant event melted into him and we became one. Instead of Junpei, somehow I found myself Junpei's mind 9 years in the future. But I didn't lose myself, I was living in 2 realities at once. One was the present and the other was the future. Especially there was 2 movies showing on the same screen at the same time. Eventually it becomes difficult to separate them and determine which movie's which. However, if I concentrated, I was able to focus on one or the other. That was why I was able to grasp what was happening in front of me.
Come on, over here!
That was my brother Aoi, he was yelling. I followed him. Behind me were 7 other children. They all looked like they were about my age.
Come on, hurry up!
We ran down a long straight hallway and burst into the large hospital room. Everyone was arguing. 2 of the boys got in a fist fight. A girl watching them began to cry. I want to go home, she cried. I want to go home. Another girl slapped the crying girl and glared down at her. It had been 2 hours since the nunnery game began. We were starting to fall apart. But just when all hope seemed lost, Light started talking. He was blind. 9 years ago, we would call him Snake.
Hello? Everyone? Could you come over here for a moment?
He was older than most of us, and his voice had authority and dignity. Fights died down, and we gathered around him.
I have a little sister. She is very important to me. Right now, she is over in Building Q, and is desperately trying to send information over to me. Her name is Clover, and today is her 9th birthday.
The Clover's 18 years old. As he spoke, he pulled something from his pocket. In his hand were 9 4-leaf clovers.
I was going to give these to her as a birthday present. I was outside picking them when I was abducted. I'm sure I've already told you, but I am blind. For a man who can't see, collecting 9 of a very specific plant is... well, it is difficult. But my sister means a great deal to me. And I hope that these would show her how much I cared for her. Since it's her 9th birthday, I thought 9 4-leaf clovers would be appropriate. Every one of you has a brother or a sister in Building Q with Clover. For their sake, we have to survive. We have to get off this ship. Do you understand? If we're going to do that, there are 3 things you have to remember. We need trust and love, and we have to have faith in one another.
Yeah, honestly, when her name was... I found out that her name was Cloverfield. I just kind of didn't... I made the connection, but I didn't realize why.
If we can take all 3 of those to heart, then I promise that good luck will come our way. Did you know that the leaves on the 4-leaf clover mean faith, trust, love, and luck?
Lightfield?
Those words are leaf words. So if you believe what I've told you, and you understand, then I want you each to have one of these. They're a promise between friends.
He gave clover to each of us. I took one too. Eventually he was off with only a single 4-leaf clover. He had one last thing to say.
Don't ever forget. So long as you have that, we will always be connected. Do you understand?
When he finished, the tension of only a few minutes before it was gone, we were calm. After that, we ran around the ship for a while longer and opened several of the numbered doors till we finally found a door with the number 9 on it. In fact, there were 2 doors with 9 on them when we found them in the chapel. We split into 2 groups and walked through the doors. Before long, we all found ourselves in a room with a ceiling that looked like an upside-down funnel. For some reason, this room had another number 9, but this time it was the only one. If there's only one door, that meant only 5 people could escape.
What are we gonna do? There aren't any other doors!
We began to panic, then as if things had not gotten bad enough already.
Warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Automatic incineration will take place in 18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately. Repeat. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged.
What? What's happening? What did that thing say? That didn't sound good.
My brother Aoi swallowed hard and answered.
This room is gonna burn.
Burn!
The plaque on the door says incinerator, and that voice said that the incineration is about to start. And incinerate means to burn.
No! Help me!
Abject terror filled the room as everyone began to scream and cry. Every pair of eyes were filled with despair. Then, high up on the wall, a door opened and a man appeared. He was a huge, frightening mountain of a man as large as a bear. 9 years later, we'd call him
Don't worry,
7.
kids, I'm not your enemy. I'm one of the good guys. I'm a detective. I'm here to rescue you.
The rest happened just like 7 said it did. 4 of us who had stayed behind were saved by 7. We crawled through the vent from the incinerator and we slid down the hall. We came out on the other side of door 9, and on the wall opposite the door was a set of double doors. We went through those and began to run up the spiral stairs. As we ran, I led the way. Behind me were Nona, my brother Ai, Snake, and 7. The other children, the ones who'd gone through door 9 before us, were up ahead. We could hear them cheering each other on. We ran and ran and ran and ran. We leapt across as many stairs as we could and kept running. The stairs spouted upwards like a tornado. Eventually, I pulled ahead of the rest. Perhaps Nona had slowed them down. I didn't want to lose them, so I slowed down as well. I didn't want to stop, but I glanced over my shoulder from time to time to see if they'd caught up. That was when I realized.
Where is it? Did I drop Jumpy's present?
I knew I had it with me when we passed through the vent. Then, had I dressed it as we slid out? I had to go back, I had to, but I knew I couldn't tell the others. They would stop me, I was sure of that. I didn't stop to think, I simply moved. I ran to the central hall, the room that connected to the other areas of the ship. Hid in the shadows, and moments later I felt a rush of wind as they ran past me up the staircase. I waited until they were out of sight and then I ran. I moved as quietly as I could, down and down and down and down. Finally I reached the bottom deck. I ran to the hallway and looked around frantically.
There it is!
It was just where I thought it would be, sitting under the opening of the vent. I ran over and snatched it from the floor, but as I ran back towards the stairs and freedom... The door to the incinerator opened and a man stepped out. It was Hongo. Gentaro Hongo. 9 years later, we call him Ace.
Oh, how wonderful to see you decided to come back.
His smile made my blood run cold. I looked mechanical, as if someone had somebody put up the corners of his mouth.
We must continue the experiment.
I shook my head, eyes wide. Slowly I began to walk backwards. 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps, then I spun around and broke into a run. I felt Hongo's hand close over my left wrist.
I said, come with me.
There was an edge of insanity to his voice now. I pulled as hard as I could.
No! Stop! Let go of me! Let go!
I took my body and flailed my arms, trying desperately to let Hongo to let go of me. But I was still only a child. I was no match for a man like Hongo.
Stop struggling, goddammit! Do as I tell you!
He heaved on my arm, trying to pull me into the incinerator. I screamed.
Somebody help me!
Then suddenly, the door of the stairs flew open, and my brother Aoi burst out of it. Behind him came 7 and Snake.
Akane!
He cried my name again as he leapt toward Hongo.
You came back!
But then...
You're too late, idiot!
Hongo threw his full weight against my arm, pulling us both into the incinerator. Of course, it threw me to the floor. I scrambled to my feet and looked toward the number 9 door. Hongo stood behind it, or between it and me, but behind him I could see my brother, his fists clenched. But those fists never reached Hongo. With a cold, heartless screech of metal on metal, the door slammed shut. Hongo glanced at me mechanically, his face registering there was an object there, but not anything he would consider a human being. Then he turned away and walked to the red that sat next to the door. Reached into his pocket and removed 2 bracelets. We had them both over the scanner panel. 2 asterisks appeared on the red. Pick the screen and toss the bracelets carelessly onto the floor. What's he doing? What was the point? He made no effort to explain himself, of course. He said nothing at all and walked past me as though I were nothing more than a rock by the roadside. A few moments later... the door slid shut as well. Finally, I could hear someone pounding on the door behind me. I turned around and ran to the door with the 9.
Akane! Akane! Are you okay?
I could hear a voice from the other side of the door. A worried, frightened voice. I thought it was already Rob, but I screamed as loud as I could. The voice echoed lonely around the empty room.
What should I do? I think I'm trapped in here.
Where's Hongo?
He went out the other door.
What?
Then it started again.
Warning. Warning. Emergency Incineration Command has been acknowledged. Incineration will begin in
Gunpei Vision?
18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately.
Holy shit, man, I knew what I was gonna say, but that is one hell of a creepy voice.
I knew it.
It's starting.
Santa started the incinerator.
Fuck! Man, I never thought I'd hear that damn voice again after 9 years.
What the hell? What the hell? What in God's name are you talking about?
Oh, okay. I really thought that it was more than that.
And 9 years that, and when it's not 9 years something, then you're talking about some sort of fucking experiments. You aren't making any sense.
Lotus is right. When people said that, like, the PC version ruins the true ending, I didn't think it was, like, not that big of a deal. Like, I've heard people say that it actually just, like, there's no point in playing the PC version, but if it's just like that, I mean, I don't know.
I'm sorry,
That's
Lotus,
cool, but...
I don't have time to explain it right now. I promise, I'll tell you everything once we get out of here.
But...
Incineration will begin in 17 minutes.
You know what that means, right? Incinerate means burn.
What kind of idiot do you think I am? I know what incinerate means.
Well, of course, knowing the difference, I'd also prefer the original, but...
Well, god damn it!
It's not like that's a huge deal.
Fine.
Yeah.
I won't ask anything else. Talk about whatever you want.
No, that's not what... I just said... Even considering the thing that I do know already, the fact that the novel screen's in the bottom, I think I prefer the original too. Oh my god, okay, I'll stop talking permanently. I'll never talk again.
What? Why me?
Just shut up and stop this thing!
How the hell?
There has to be some sort of emergency shut-off button.
There isn't anything like that.
How the hell do you know?
Because I looked for it 9 years ago.
Yeah, Lotus isn't happy about that. Can't really blame her. Wait. Floor, it's moving. Against Dance Revolution?
What the hell is that?
What is that?
What else could I say? The floor opened and a machine rose out of it. It looked like a computer. At least it kinda did. Monitor, keyboard, and a cross-shaped device of some kind. Something about the machine scared me, but I forced myself to walk up to it. I was terrified. Tears poured down my face. I wiped them off, even as more took their place, and forced myself forward. Finally, I reached it. I looked at the screen. Blank. All this was my own frightened face getting back at me from the glass drenched in tears. All I can see on the screen is a reflection of my own face. I'm looking kind of freaked out. I know I'm sweating like crazy, but seeing it kinda drives it home. Alright, Junpei, just calm down, alright? Everything's gonna be okay. Oh man, I wish the thing would just shut up.
Incineration will begin in 15 minutes.
Alright, back to this thing. If it's only showing up now, then it's gonna be important, but what the hell am I supposed to do with it?
Hey, move!
God, hey, we're all tense, like, it doesn't mean you gotta shove people around.
It's turned on. There's nothing on the screen, though. Oh, this is bad. This is really bad. If there's nothing on here, how are we supposed to do anything with it?
Sure, I'll just push buttons, I'm sure that'll... Huh. At least it's on now. What's on the screen now?
What is this?
What's up?
It looks like some sort of puzzle.
Got a bunch of numbers and letters scattered across a 5x5 grid. Numbers range from 1 to 8.
Do you think that if we solve this puzzle,
the incinerator will stop? Yeah. Well, we can hope, right?
Alright, puzzle, how do you work? Oh man, that goddamn voice again.
Incineration will begin in 13 minutes.
13 minutes. Can we really do this? It feels like it's gonna pop. I was paddling was what to explode. I stared at the puzzle on the screen. I was sure I had to solve it somehow, but I had no idea how. My connection to Jumpy had been gone for a while. His mind was gone. I couldn't get any more information from him. While the seconds ticked by as I stared at the screen, completely lost, my cheeks felt hot as tears poured over them. I heard a voice.
Hey, what are you doing?
It was muffled. I turned around. First against the window of the entry door was his face, a frightening, evil face. Hongo. How long had he been watching over me?
Don't know what to do?
He was yelling, but his voice was still muffled.
Simple, really. But I suppose I might as well tell you. Just solve the puzzle on that machine.
His laughter was muffled by the door, but it still tore my heart like the claws of a vicious monster. I bit my lip and glared at Hongo, struggling to hold back hot tears.
terrible person! I hate you!
Oh my! How could you call a gentleman such as myself a terrible person? That's not very nice. I'm quite fair. I don't use tricks or play dirty. You see? I've even left you a way out.
A way out?
Didn't you hear me? All you have to do is solve that puzzle. Do that, and you can stop the incinerator.
What's the point of stopping it? You'll only capture me and make me do this all again. I'm not going to listen to you. If you're just going to throw me back in here, I might as well just die now.
My goodness, haven't you listened to anything I've said? I told you, I'm a fair man.
Huh?
If you solve the puzzle, the verification function of the red will in turn activate. If this experiment is to deliver valid results, there must be a chance of success. If you succeed, you will escape.
The verification function of the red?
And I remembered. Before Hongo left the room, he had scanned 2 bracelets into the red.
Ah, so you do remember. Right now there are 2 numbers in the red. The first is 1, and the second is 3. Say, Akane, what's your number?
Oh. So, I don't want to. I'm not going to say anything about what I'm thinking right now. I'll wait.
You really aren't one for listening, are you?
I hear Hongo's muffled voice from across the room. No, all I'm gathering right now is that clearly June and Junpei, I should have probably figured it out from the fact that their names are so similar. They hold the exact same number in both experiments, and they're clearly sending information to each other. Or, well, more so, I guess... Or, no, they are sending information to each other, aren't they? Junpei, yeah, when you said that, it really wasn't a joke. Because Akane is sending it 9 years into the future, but she's also mentioning that she's not able to see what Junpei is currently doing. Now, that might be, like, 9 years ago Junpei, but I don't think it is, because Junpei 9 years ago wouldn't have been knowing, or wouldn't be connected with June at all, because she just moved away.
I've already told you, didn't I? Once you solve the puzzle, the verification function of the red will activate. In other words, if you haven't solved the puzzle, you can't enter your number. What kind of fool are you?
Why are you doing this?
You could never understand. You don't know what it's like to spend every day surrounded by monkeys.
God damn, you can't say that.
Now start the experiment. Solve the puzzle.
I can't! I don't know how!
Of course you don't. Isn't that the point? You understand, don't you? Access the morphogenetic field and find a solution.
I can't!
Then you'll die. You'll burn alive. It's gonna be quite hot in there in a few minutes. I imagine it will be very painful.
His horrible laugh echoed across the room, and even after his face disappeared from the window, I could still hear it.
Incineration will begin in 10 minutes.
I was crying, great gulping sobs broken by hiccups that shook my body. I was terrified. I could feel my fear pressing down on me like a tremendous weight. Somehow I forced my shaking legs to carry me back to the device. I stared at the monitor.
I just can't. There's no way. I can't figure this out.
What was I gonna do? I didn't know. I didn't even know where to start. Fear scattered across my thoughts, and all I could think of was how I was going to die. My palms were sweating, my blood was boiling in my veins. It was hot. So hot. I couldn't breathe. I felt dizzy. My heart soared in my chest as if it would pound itself to pieces. I reached into my pocket. I wrapped my hand around the thing I'd come back to get. The doll Jumpy had given me. At least I had that. I held it tight with both hands and prayed.
Help me! Jumpy! Help me! Help me! Help me! Jumpy! 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 Please! Help me! Jumpy!
Akane?
Akane?
Who the hell is Akane?
Shut up! Just shut the hell up!
Seven and Lotus don't understand. I think Clover and Snake have an idea, though. I think Clover's looking at me. I think Snake may have figured it out. No, it doesn't matter. They're in my way. Where'd she go? Maybe over here?
Akane! Akane! Can you hear me? Akane! Say something!
Fuck. Link breaker connection? Where I just heard her.
Akane!
Shit.
Answer me! Akane!
Jumpy?
I spun around. I heard a voice. His voice. I looked around. He wasn't in the room, of course, but I'd heard it so clearly, like he was right there. I screamed as loud as I could.
Akane!
Jumpy!
It's her. She's there. And that means...
Akane! Akane!
Are you in an incinerator right now?
Yes, I am! How did you know?
Couldn't believe that he knew that. Now I understand what Santa meant.
There's only one way to help her. You were brought here to help.
Oh my god!
To save Akane.
Incineration will begin in 7 minutes.
But that doesn't explain... Who's Zero? It's not Santa.
Jumpy, we don't
Even if Santa's her sister, her brother, who's Zero? Quickly as I could, I told him that I had to solve the puzzle in order to start the incinerator.
Got it!
And I do. I get everything now. At last, I finally understand what all this means. I know why the nunnery game was held today. I know why we were kidnapped and brought here. It was all for this moment. All of this was planned out to lead to this one moment. Oh my god. This is insane. I can't believe it, but there's only one possible answer. Zero is Akane Kirishiki. She recreated the history of the future that she had a glimpse of 9 years ago. She tried to save herself that way 9 years ago. No, she's trying to save herself right now. That means that there's only one thing for me to do. Even if this is all some sort of insane plan, I will save her. I will save Akane Kirishiki. I must save her no matter what.
Incineration will begin in
Zero is Akane?
6 minutes.
Less than Zero? The voice reminded me of how much time I had left.
Yeah, I know! Just hang on, alright? I promise I'll get you out of there. I'm not gonna let you die. I promise. So don't worry, alright? Just give me a few minutes, okay?
Okay.
My voice shook as I answered. It was hot in the room. It felt like my heart was on fire. 6 minutes or not, my heart burned with my feelings for him. Technically also Santa, because he did a lot of the legwork, so your guess of not just one person was correct. Yeah. No, I knew that it had something to do with Santa and June. Because, like, they were the... how do I explain? Ace was clearly evil, but Ace was never Zero. I think it was pretty obvious through most of the game that he was also part of the Nonary game. He didn't know more than us. But the stuff with June got thrown out of whack, and then Santa was pretty weird throughout it too. So yeah, because Zero doesn't exist. And Zero's not the antagonist, no, because it's still Ace. Ace is still the antagonist. The point of the game isn't to kill anyone. The point of the Nonary game is to recreate what happened 9 years ago, so that the morphogenetic link between June and Junpei can give her information in the past to save herself, by putting him in the exact same situation she was in. Zero does exist, by the way. You're about to make them exist. Well, yeah, but you know what I mean. Got him away.
Hey, what are you...
Just trust me, okay?
Sorry, though, I didn't mean to snap, but there's a lot more at stake than your pride. I'll apologize later, alright? Now let's have a look at this thing. We've got numbers all over this grid. I think the panels are out of order. So I just need to switch these out? Doing it isn't going to accomplish anything. I just have to try it.
Just think of what I did all those times before. I'm gonna do this on my own, with my own mind. I'm gonna solve this problem.
Numbers appear in the empty slots in the grid, and they're all single digits. I get the feeling the numbers change when I switch out the yellow squares. With the square at the bottom, why does it stay blank when I press hint? Pressing the button again makes the numbers disappear. It looks like I can turn them on and off. Is there special meaning to there being two modes? What could it mean? When I flip the hint off, all the empty spots look like the one on the bottom right. All the numbers in the square is the same. If I switch out a yellow square, the numbers that show up in the hint change too. It looks like the numbers are affected by the adjacent squares. For example, when I switch out 3 to 5, the hint number increases by 2. The hint just adds the surrounding numbers. It has to all equal 9, right? I calculate in a different way. Digital roots? If throw digital roots, then they'll always end up as 1 digit. Wait. With Sudoku? You're telling me Sudoku is better? Gabified this one. If this was timed, I wouldn't actually do it. If this was timed, I wouldn't be getting through this puzzle. Once again, Frizz doesn't know what he's talking about. Typical of Frizz. Okay. Hey, wait, why hasn't the game mentioned anything about Ice 9 yet? What is... All Ice? What is that book I got earlier? What does that have to do with anything? I wasn't asking when you figure it out. It's trial and error. There is no, there's no thought to this puzzle. Puzzle sucks. I don't know how to play Sudoku either, so I wouldn't have a better time on the DS version either. What? Why? Is that part of Zero's complex motive? The top screen was Akane at her computer. Oh, I mean, I get it. It's still kind of annoying, though. Oh my god, I don't like this puzzle at all. This sucks. It's the worst one in the game. Frizz, I'm gonna clobber you. Wait, so... hold on. Maybe actually... Huh? How is this the 9th square? I don't understand what it even meant by that. Oh, is that what he's saying? This. Red? Rod? Is it raw? No, it's not raw. Yeah, I can't do it. And I'm not 12. Pongo is just kind of an asshole, huh? Like, what's his deal? Physically 11. Come on now. He just does the same thing every time now. Like, is it raw? That's the only word I can think of. I'm waiting. I'm holding on. Did you find something I didn't? Letters in the very bottom of the screen? Wait! Oh, you're fucking kidding me. Doesn't look like... Hold on. Shit is annoying. How do I... Give me that. Not as simple as this, right? Hold on. Wait! I swear to fucking God if it's literal. Well, password is too long to fit in here, right? Now I just gotta fix them. You're fucking kidding me. Too short? Yeah, that's it. Whatever. Same thing. There's no easy way to move them between these. It's really frustrating. What is this little one over here for? Did you reset and do it from reset? Oh god, is that actually what it is? Oh my god! Okay, you know what? That puzzle's way better than I thought it was. That is a really good puzzle. I love that. I'm not even mad about that. That's a good puzzle. Is it just... Error? Okay, no, it's not that. 9. 9. Didn't work. Oh, it fits. that your final answer?
Yes, that's it. Akane, did you get it?
Yes, I did! I solved it! I mean, really, you solved it for me, but I copied everything you did! Now I just have to press enter!
German 90? Junpei just types in German 95!
Then what the hell are you waiting for? Push it!
Okay, I will!
Heartfelt emotional moment and Junpei just types in German 95, enter. Yeah, this puzzle seems good too. I don't see any problem with it. I want to see what the original's like though.
Has been confirmed. Incineration system has been disabled.
Jumpy! It worked! It worked! The incinerator shut down!
Yeah, you know what? I think Ace was in the right with this one. That puzzle was super easy. Why did Akane not figure it out? Is she stupid or something? Tears rolled down my face as I cried out to him, but they were a very different sort of tears. A wonderful feeling of accomplishment and relief flooded my body. At the same time, what strength that had left disappeared, and I collapsed to the floor. For a while, I just lay there, laughing and crying and enjoying being alive. Every time I thought about him, I thought my heart would burst.
Whew.
Can't quite believe I did that, but I am so glad, so glad. I feel like my heart's on fire. No, I don't have to be thinking about that kind of shit. I gotta tell Akane.
Sorry, but things are kind of busy over here. I'm gonna have to hang up now, okay?
I like the original because Sudoku's just a puzzle you can do. It makes sense that a young girl player doesn't play enough of Sudoku to get it. I don't play enough Sudoku to get it either. Who plays Sudoku? If I was playing the original 999 version, I'd have to Google how to play Sudoku. This isn't even a joke. I would not get that puzzle. Like... Most people actually suck at Sudoku. Yeah, me.
Oh, of course, that's fine!
Isn't Sudoku what, like, samurais do whenever they're dishonored? I got the tears from my eyes and nodded vigorously, even though I know he couldn't see me, and then I looked over at the corner of the floor and there were the 2 bracelets Hongo had left behind.
Now.
Seven and Lotus don't look particularly happy with me. Not a very nice look to give someone who just saved your lives, guys.
Junpei, are you...
Okay?
Ah, shut it!
Right, okay, so maybe they have a reason to be pissed off. What if I hadn't pressed the enter key yet? Alright, nothing holding me back now. There goes. Wait.
Incineration will begin in 90 seconds.
It doesn't sound like it's stopping.
What the shit? Why isn't it stopping?
Or maybe I didn't hit the key hard enough, just hit it again. Again. And again. Alright, that's not working either. The alarm's still going off. What the hell is going on? Got all the right numbers in the right boxes. It's perfect. What the fuck isn't this thing stopping?
Incineration will begin in 60 seconds.
Wait, of course. The numbers that showed up after the puzzle main. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8. Snake, Clover, Me, 7, and Lotus. Then, door 9. No, that's it. The number on the door isn't a 9. It's not even a number.
It is hidden, but an exit can be found.
Seek a door that carries.
Seek a way out. Seek a door that...
Holy shit, of course. We just have to put the right number into the red and...
Incineration will begin in 30 seconds.
Run, guys! Get to the door! Run!
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Don't have much time. I sure hope they can trust me on this one or we are all fucked. Alright, no time to explain, just go.
Verify your numbers on the red! Verify? Who?
What combination?
All of us! We all need to verify!
Why?
You really think this is a good time to ask questions? Just do it!
Hurry, 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 hurry.
Incineration will begin in 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Central gate has been...
Oh my god.
Incineration system has been disabled.
Oh, thank fucking Christ. No, no, time to be happy, time to go.
Hurry! We've only got 9 seconds before the door closes! Go, go, go!
Come on, guys, move it. Alright, they're all through. Move it, Junpei. Just in time. Wait, but they mentioned back in the original experiment that when they got through this big door, they all met back up again. Don't come down, you're not done. We still gotta find the dead. So they're not off the ship yet.
Shit. Looks like we made it, huh?
Seek the door that carries a Q. That is the stupidest joke. I hate this. Not even a joke. That's a twist. It's still stupid. The Clover and Lotus are totally out of energy. Snake is shaking his head wearily. I just want to take a nap, but...
Akane! Can you hear me? Akane!
I want to tell her we made it. I want to tell her how good I feel, but nothing. Tyrant shows up right now. Stars. Standing in front of it was my brother.
Akane!
Oi!
Tried his name even though my voice was almost gone from screaming and left with his arms.
Oh, oi!
That could be Junpei! That could be Junpei!
Akane!
Buried my face in his chest and cried again. Cried and cried and cried. Steady thump of his heart in my ear made me feel like I was home. It was almost like a lullaby. I wrapped my arms around him as far as they would go and held him as tight as I could. To be there felt like a miracle. I hadn't felt the warmth of another human body when it seemed like an eternity. I just wanted to stay there in his arms forever, but I couldn't. The moment I passed through the door, my bracelets had begun the countdown to death. I walked away from him and looked around. The door had already closed. But the dead only a short distance away. It took me a moment to get to and scan other bracelets. I left the ones Hongo had dropped in the scanner panel. That was it. And then it says error and she explodes. Took a deep breath and looked around again. Each detective who we called 7 and 9 years and Snake the blind boy were looking at me. Seemed to have been utterly stunned by my sudden appearance. Their eyes were wide, their mouths hung open.
Get out of here. If we don't book it, we might run into Hongo again.
I was right, it was time they got moving. The mention of Hongo seemed to jar 7 and Snake out of their surprise and they nodded. Took off running up the spiraling stairs to free them. Time for more running, but if they can get us out of here, no wonder we're running so hard. My heart's beating so hard I can barely hear. God, I can't wait to breathe real air again. Huh? Is 7 talking?
Hey, Junpei, can I ask you something?
What's up?
That door, the one with the 9 on it. Why'd it open?
Yeah, all 5 of us verified our numbers on the red. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8 is 26. That makes our digital route 8. It shouldn't have opened.
That's not like you, Lotus. I thought you would have figured it out already.
Huh? Why?
Because you were the person who taught me about the idea of bases.
Bases?
Yeah. What are the 2 numbers in base 2?
0 and 1.
How about base 10?
That goes from 0 to 9, right?
And how about base 16?
0 through F. After 9, it starts at A and goes from there. B, C, D, etc.
You're right. In other words, A in base 16 is 10 in base 10. B is 11, C is 12, D is 13, and so on.
So, what about it?
You don't get it? What if we keep going with that pattern? What if you go way past base 16 all the way to base 27?
Base 27?
Yeah.
Well, the numerical digits are the same, so I guess you'd add alphabetical digits. E is 14, F is 15, G is 16,
H is 17, I is 18, J is 19,
K is 20, L is 21, M is 22,
N is 23, O is 24, P is 25.
Yeah, and? What comes after that?
Q.
26!
And what does that mean?
2 plus
Wasn't a 9
6.
on the door.
It was a Q! A fucking lowercase Q!
Yep, that's pretty much it.
I like that he's mad about it too.
I guess to put it another way, you could say that it was a 9 in base 10, but a Q in base 27.
God, my thighs are killing me. I swear any moment now I'm gonna tear a muscle. Like every single cell in my body is dying for air. Every breath I take is a chore now. I feel like my lungs are gonna burst. I'm gonna take a short rest. No, can't stop. Don't have time. Come on, legs. There can't be many more of these steps left. Let's run. Run like a bullet down a rifle barrel. He's not talking or running. He's thinking. It's a difference. If he was talking, you'd hear him. Wouldn't have to read it. Like we're running on the back of a giant cloud dragon. Finally. Jesus, I can barely breathe. No, Junpei, no time to rest. Pull yourself together, you're almost there.
Alright, I'm gonna open it.
Yeah.
Yes, we're finally here!
Please do!
It doesn't open. You should look like a big heavy door, but you're the only thing standing between me and my freedom. Even more important than that, you're the only thing standing between me and Akane. You're gonna open, you're gonna open now. Felt a hand on my shoulder was always. He gave it a small reassuring squeeze. So happy I felt like I could melt. I was at peace, not only because my brother and I were back together again, thanks to the huge detective on 9 of us who had been kidnapped. We were finally able to escape from the gigantic, distant horizon and get to the outline of the ship tank. He gave a thunderous roar as it finally slipped beneath the waves. Last cry echoed out across the ocean. Gone. I whispered.
Yeah.
Over. Finally over. Or was it? Was it really? No, that was wrong. That wasn't it at all. I was sure of it. This wasn't the end. The beginning. It was only a prologue to what would happen in 9 years. Finally air. God damn, that sun is bright. I can barely see anything. I gotta admit, this doesn't look quite like.
No way.
You've gotta be shitting me.
It can't be.
This is...
Nevada?!
This is the building in the Nevada desert.
the mock experiment building.
Oh my god. This whole time we were in Building Q.
Fair enough, it's a desert out there with mountains all around it. Although there's sun, boy am I ever glad to see. I think I've ever been so happy to see the sunrise. Did I just hear something cool? Right, they're bracelets. I guess I've never really got a good look at the underside of one of these. What's inside you? They're electronic chip like an ATM card. That's it, there's nothing else. It even looks like a detonator. Never a detonator to begin with. Figures? Wait.
Jumpy.
You mean there was never a detonator? Clearly detonated, though. What happened to the ninth man? Was there never a detonator in anybody else's? Does Junpei actually live in the safe ending? And anyone except his and the fake snakes. So the only person who had a detonator was Nijisaki. What do you mean his? Oh yeah, okay. Huh. This is literally a QAnon game.
okay?
Oh, come on. This is nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't look okay.
It was just before the end of elementary school. Jumpy and I were sitting next to each other on a hill, looking down at the town as the sun still
How does it look then?
It was half serious and half joking. I thought about it for a minute first.
Well, let's see. It looks like you kissed a toad and got warts, but then they just kept growing.
The next game is Virtue's Last Reward, Frizz. The second Zero Escape game.
What does that even mean?
Junpei grinned and...
See? I told you you're not okay. You're too reckless. You can't beat 5 8th graders, Jumpy. That's crazy.
Yeah, but I couldn't just stand there. I mean, don't you think so? I had to do something.
Look at the Nevada desert go past. For an SUV, this thing has a pretty smooth ride. Sure was nice of someone to leave it for us outside the building, using the ignition and gas in the tank. Looks like it was a present, you know? Anyways, we jumped in and now here we are, screaming across the desert. Otis is over there in the passenger seat. Snake and Seven are IRL squeezed into the back seat here. I can't believe we let her drive.
This is so fun! This is so awesome! Driving is so great when there's nothing around, and there's no speed limit.
Hey, Clover, watch those bumps, all right? This car jumps even a little, and I think I'm gonna get crushed to death.
Hey, shut it. I can't help if I'm big, all right? Suck it up.
Why don't you drive, Seven?
I'm a cop. I ain't gonna break the law.
Have an international license.
Yeah, but you could have sat in the passenger seat.
Oh, hell no. There's no way I'm giving this seat up. And Clover, there's no need to slow down. The car Santa and June are in should be somewhere down this road ahead of us.
Yeah, I saw some fresh tire tracks going out. There's no doubt about it.
Then we've got to hurry if we want to catch them, don't we?
Sure thing.
Oh shit. God damn it, she doesn't have to drive so fast. Man, I didn't even think a car like this could go this fast. For sure, it's throwing up a lot of dust. It was a couple hours after we ran into the junior high students. They had been hiding in the bushes in the back of one of the hills, drenching a kitten in gasoline. The moment we saw what they were doing, Jumpy ran up to them furious.
What the hell are you doing?
They jumped on them. We scooped up the kitten and tossed it to me. I caught it and ran for the police station as fast as I could.
Officer, please, you have to come with me.
Policeman and I headed back to the hill. All we found was Jumpy sprawled on the ground with a face covered in big swelling lumps.
Couldn't run away after you threw the kitty to me?
He's like his tongue up through the hole in his mouth where a tooth had fallen out.
I guess I could've...
Then why didn't you?
I didn't want to. I wanted to beat him up. Beat him up real good.
Because of what they were doing to the kitty.
Yeah, that too, but I think they were the ones behind those murders our first semester. Remember?
Oh, you mean the bunnies.
Yeah, the bunnies.
I plucked some grass from the ground and tossed it under the wind.
They asked me what elementary school I was from, so I told them. And then they said they'd do the same thing to you that they did to the rabbits. I couldn't forgive them for that, so
Hey, there's still some stuff I don't get.
Of course, they probably don't know any more than I do.
Well, I guess I should say Gentaro Hongo. Why did he create the Nonary Project? Anybody? Any ideas?
Why don't you ask him yourself?
Well, yeah, I guess I could.
He's still in the trunk, I assume?
Yeah, he is. Still tied up, I'm assuming, with his mouth taped shut. His eyes just look empty, no emotion. He looks like he's just given up. I wonder if he even cares what happens to him anymore.
Hey, were you listening to us?
Yeah, go ahead and try to pretend you weren't, you out bastard. Let's get the tape off your mouth.
Come on, I know you were. Answer me.
Please look at me when you talk, man.
I only wanted to see the faces. Human faces. I thought if I could gain the ability to access the morphic field set, then perhaps I could see faces. By peering into people's minds, you could understand how they were processing the expressions of others.
That's it?
Yes. If you want to put it simply, but if you are looking for a more philosophical answer, I can supply that as well. You see, the human collective consciousness...
Yeah, no, be quiet. It's not enough out of you, Palatine, for the tape to go back on.
All So what's your second question?
You said there were some things you didn't get, didn't you?
Well, someone's a little nosy.
Well, my next question doesn't really have anything to do with you two. This is for you, Seven. It's about the whole Alice thing. What's the deal with that?
Well, see, 9 years ago, after I escaped from the Gigantic, I kept going after Hongo on my own. I catch him when I finally slipped up. During the course of my investigations, I learned a lot more about the Gigantic. I also found out about Bourdain and Alice.
You're not really answering my question. Was there actually a girl who wouldn't melt at room temperature?
Sounds like Hongo has something to say. Alright, fine, I'll let you talk, but you gotta behave.
What?
Alice doesn't exist. 9 years ago, I found Alice's coffin behind the library on the bottom deck. There was nothing in it. The root of a peculiar plant. My research determined that it was a member of the genus Madrigal, of the family Solanaceae. I was able to extract a particular alkaloid from it. I used that extract to create soap.
Oh my god.
Its creation was a tremendous boon to my firm, and we grew rapidly.
This is gonna go on forever. Tape's going back on, Hongo. The rest of my questions can wait a bit. For now, I think I'll just enjoy the ride.
Here, this is for you.
What's this?
This is a for you doll. His name is Junpei.
And he pulled something out of his pocket and shoved his arm toward me, and his hand was a doll made of yarn small enough to fit in his pocket.
Are you sure it's, for you, doll?
Huh? Yeah, the lady at the shop said so, so that means it's for you, right?
Are you sure it's not a voodoo doll?
Wait, what? That's... Oh, man. Oh, man.
Well, it sure looks like a voodoo doll. I mean, you do know what a voodoo doll is used for, right?
Yeah, I guess calling it Junpei isn't a very good idea, then.
Why are you giving me this anyway? It just seems really
I
sudden.
can't cry because I'm the one streaming.
Well, you know how after June, we aren't going to get to see each other too much? I mean, we're going to be in different schools, and I just thought I'd,
Oh, okay, well, how about we call it June, then?
Okay. So, I wanted to give you this.
You sound like some sort of tribal chief in a bad movie.
Yes. I, head of tribe. This doll, traditional charm of the tribe. So I give this. It me. So we always together.
Nah, Junpei's funny. He's allowed to do it.
If something bad, then hold and pray. I go wherever you are. So here, take.
Well, I reached my hand out and picked up the doll gently.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jumpy.
Before I knew it, I was crying. Tears streamed down my face and fell into June's tiny yarn body.
I'll never forget you. I promise.
Junpei looked straight in my eyes and said 5 words.
I'll never forget you either.
The sky was a beautiful crimson as it melted down toward the horizon, and the last golden rays of sunlight stretched out across the city and painted themselves across the hills. We sat bathed in the warm light of evening, the two of us leaning gently against each other shoulder to shoulder. The sun set and we stood in leave. We watched in silence as the darkness deepened, and one by one the light of the town began to flicker on. Still one thing I don't get. To be honest, it's the biggest mystery as far as I'm concerned, also the only one that's really important. It has to do with June and Akane. 9 years ago she died in the incinerator on the Gigantic, but she's still alive now as June. But how? Was it because I tapped into the morphic field set and saved her 9 years ago? So that makes some kind of insane sense. If I did that, then how do I make sense of what Seven remembers? Snake makes sense. He's blind. He couldn't have seen her body anyway. But Seven said he was sure he saw it. Does that mean there's some kind of historical discrepancy? Or wait, maybe that's not it at all. Maybe there is one other logical explanation. But you told me the truth, Seven. You look satisfied. No, no way. Couldn't.
Hey, look! Over there! There's somebody next to the road.
Huh? What? Hmm?
Alice? Excuse me? The burning gaze of the Nevada sun pounded down on her head. The desert around her rippled with heat. Standing there in that shimmering plain was a woman, her arm out and her thumb up. It would not be long before Junpei realized who she was. What? Wait, so what's the coffin ending? I don't remember that. Maybe I do. It cuts off when Santa leaves for the first 9 door. Why? Because you need to open the coffin, right? Oh, so if you get here without having already done the safe ending, you get the coffin ending, right? Yeah, that's actually really cool. I like that. Now I'm confused because when I did the sub ending, I noted that there's a voice in the credits called the morphogenetic field voice. It didn't talk. It never talked in the entire game. It like obviously it did talk, but it didn't have any voice acting. I don't know what that is. Yeah, like I'll go rewatch the credits. I'll point it out because I want to. Can I do that? Whatever, we'll see. Let's watch Kane die again. Damn, Shoddy, okay. This is the true ending of the game, by the way. It literally just means uncredited. What? Wait, okay, so who kills... Actually, no, that's not even... That's a stupid question. Ace kills everyone there, right? In the sub-ending? That was all Ace? Okay. Ace kills everyone in the sub-ending. Ace kills everyone in the Knives ending. Yeah, I remember that, because he was turned over and you weren't able to see his bracelet, so he probably still had it on, but no one checked. That voice came in through the morphogenetic field 9 years ago. Yeah, this is right there. That's really funny. Wait, Sean Chiplock? Who? Is he Junpei? Santa? Yeah, I hear it. I hear it. Yeah, okay, I didn't know Sean Chiplock was in this game. Sean Chiplock is in like every good Uchikoshi game then. Because there are only 2 good Uchikoshi games and it's 999 and AI, so... The end, or is it? Well, no. Say, okay, so the true ending actually happened to me in real life. It did, yeah. All of these happened to me. Okay, that's bull. That's not a Q. That's a 9. That is straight up a 9. They lied to you. Joke? Actually, wait, no, that's not wrong. Because the paper never... Someone said this earlier, by the way, but do you know why June gets sick and the other rats now? No, but I kind of thought that explanation was a joke, but it actually does make sense as well. Now I'm going to go on the Wikipedia page for Hongo just to show you the thing on it. Okay, he's listed for Richie's Last Reward. He's related in it, but I'm going to totally ignore that and just show you the one funny thing. Careful? Yeah, I know. Don't worry. I do not pay, I have not looked at a single wiki page or really even any fan art of this game just to avoid it, so. This is exactly what Ace sees. Perfect recreation of what he sees. I like the Pro Prasinogia thing, though. Alright, I'm actually kind of excited to play, like, VLR now. So, actually, I'm not gonna ask anything. I realized quickly I don't want answers to my questions. VLR is this game on crack, that's what I've heard. DTD is this game on ketamine. That sounds about right. No. I would ask a question, but I think that the answer to that question is that I should just play the game instead. But I don't know if I want to start it right now. I don't know. No, because my question would be answered very quickly by me just starting VLR. So I'll tell you right now, I don't know anything about it. You do have something to read before you start VLR. What? I'm sure there's no supplementary content for... What VLR, are you gonna do the... files thing? I don't know what that means. You're saying words at me. If it involves, like, content, I will. I don't want you to elaborate. 99 and VLR both had Q&A sessions. Sometimes after the race, Uchikoshi personally explains audience questions about the true ending. Oh, yeah, because there's a thing with, how Clover doesn't actually survive in the axe ending and stuff. Makes sense. Now that I know how much more there is to it. Clover not surviving in the axe ending is like, yeah, no shit. I'll read them out. I might as well. Were you influenced by Capcom's Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney series? Not directly, but perhaps that was influenced some in the sense that Phoenix Wright allowed Japanese gamers to rediscover how fun an adventure game can be. Do you guys have any plans for new visual novel games? I have nothing I can answer at this moment, but depending on how well 999 does, I think there may be a possibility of a sequel, or completely depending on fan response though. If you guys can mention 999 on blogs, Twitter, for the love, that would be great, thanks in advance. I'll just go with the ones that are actually like important to endings. Where does Santa and June go after the true ending? To be honest, it's possible what Bana and Budding Q might have been the prologue to an even larger scheme. If that was the case, then you could say they're heading off to prepare the rest of their plan after the true ending. Given Gentaro Hongo's obvious instability, why was a loaded gun placed in the coffin? Whose use did Akane intend it for? Just Santa, since he was in on it? Akane had seen everything through Junpei's eyes 9 years before. If she didn't recreate the situation exactly, then she wouldn't be able to save herself as a child. That's the reason for the gun and why it was loaded. Are there any plans for an expansion or a sequel? Obviously, yes. I don't fully understand this one, but I'm still gonna read it out. Why was Lotus in the second Nonary game and not Nona? I mentioned this earlier, but Akane's intent was to reenact the future that she saw through Junpei's eyes. She saw Lotus, so she chose Lotus to be part of the second Nonary game. If you don't care for that answer, then you can think of it as she needed Lotus in order to solve the puzzle in the laboratory room. So is there, like, no reason as to why most characters got chosen, other than the fact that, like, June... Either the ones who were in the original Nonary game, that makes sense. They were all related to it, and they had to be there. But for, like, Lotus, she didn't really have any connection outside of, like, having a kid in it, right? Yeah, I don't think they really elaborated past that. They were placed specifically to give Junpei information, basically. You know what, that makes sense. That makes total sense, given what the second Nonary game was. So, June's watch is really 9 and incentive is a 0. Why did his watch show 3? Even if his 3 is really E, that would mean his number was 6. Originally, I was thinking of making it that E stands for empty, so E equals 0 in this scenario, but I felt forced. I didn't want people to think that, so I cut that part out. By the way, in hexadecimal, E is 14, and the digital root would be 5. Lotus was a computer programmer once. Why is she dressed like a dancer? What's her current occupation? She's currently supporting herself as a freelance programmer. That's the reason she's dressed like a belly dancer, because she likes that style. Her hobby is to belly dance, so she's just like that. Someone asked him if there's any other games he'd recommend, and he has no response. What is the true ending all about? How can Jun and Akane be alive during the Nonary game and be dead from 9 years earlier? And why is the puzzle upside down? It's supposed to be either seeing the last puzzle from Akane's perspective? Okay, so that's more of a DS thing, but I was still going to read it. I got a lot of these sorts of questions in Japan too, but I want you to think about it from another perspective. If hypothetically the story in 999 is about Akane dying 9 years ago and Santa coming up with the whole plan to save her sister's life, then what happens if Junpei does save Akane 9 years in the past? Does she suddenly materialize in front of everyone, or will she just appear in some remote location? Wouldn't that be even stranger if that happened? Then what was she doing during the 9 years since the first Nonary game? It seems to me that she would have had to exist somewhere, huh? Then it's only natural for her to exist in Building Q, don't you think? In fact, don't you think it makes a lot more sense if that's the case? Let's say that right now you discover how to access the past and you save a kitten that was run over by a truck. That kit wouldn't be alive an hour ago, or even 2 hours ago, right? I mean, you saved it 3 days ago. That's what I was trying to portray. And now in regard to your last question about the puzzle being upside down, my thinking was that the top screen was the future and the bottom screen was the past. If you saw the puzzle on the top screen, that would mean that Junpei single-handedly solved the puzzle in the future. That's what I was trying to portray. Why did they put all ice Alice at the end of the real ending like that? Also, why wasn't there a cool CG with Junpei and Akane at the end? Was she really Alice? How do you know? We never show a real picture of Alice in the game. It's an image of her, but it's only what Junpei imagined her to look like when he heard the story about All Ice. Or perhaps that was an image of how Alice, as Akane, knew her. You could say that perhaps the image was sent by Akane to Junpei's brain. If that was the case, then what was the physical appearance of Alice that Akane knew? Pretty intriguing, right? Whatever the case, that means that Alice was a person who actually existed. In order to get that across, they decided to have her show up in the ending. As to why there isn't a picture at the end of Junpei and Akane, regardless of the reasons, Akane was the mastermind, and her scheme led to the deaths of at least a few people. How could she show her face to them after doing all that? That's why she's hiding. Also, I mentioned earlier that she had begun preparing for the larger things she had planned. So is that what Virtue's last reward is? Why is June such a sadist? She places bombs on the ninth man on Nagisa Nagasaki. Nagisa Nagasaki is one of the people who killed her in an alternate history. She's sort of the woman who will do whatever it takes to achieve her goals. Even though she seems like a nice girl, she's always plotting rather cold things. She'd easily kill someone if she needed to. Her personality is a result of what happened to her 9 years before. Perhaps if there are things that happened on the ship that couldn't be shown in the actual game. How long did it take to write the script? Took him half a year. Set on the Titanic because the original idea wasn't very easy to visualize, but everyone knows the Titanic. For the character numbers, we thought about the ending and who went in what group and worked our way backwards in there. We made a huge chart in Excel and messed around with the numbers there until we got it right. That's unironically what my thought was. I was thinking is that, like, there is no way that he worked from the beginning with the numbers. He had to go backwards because that all the digital root stuff requires a lot of planning on the writing end as well, and not just like the player's end. Is having the characters break their usual stereotypes intentional or just a natural result of the story? It was intentional. In school, I was taught that you should use stereotypes to make it easy for people to understand your characters, but then use those stereotypes to catch them by surprise to get your message across. That's what influenced me. Was Akane or June phasing in and out of reality when she had headaches? I was at a loss to understand how she could have existed if she died in the past. Yes, you're right. If she was dead in the past, I mean, she didn't exist in the present, so her headaches were there to show that you were approaching a past that couldn't exist. Do Connie and Jumpy meet again originally? I was hoping for a reunion before they cut off to the end. Same question as earlier. When Spread used the ship, same question. Who killed me in the submarine ending? It's the only one I didn't understand, although I may admit I may have missed something. It's Ace's Argentero. Lotus's missing bracelet was a hint for you guys. Why did Seven, Snake, and even Santa insist that Akane had died 9 years before, and she was clearly there the entire time? Santa lied about her death in order to save her. Since Snake was on the ship too, we can assume that he knew the truth about Akane's death as well. We're going to believe that Seven didn't lie, then we can assume that a fake memory was implanted in his mind somehow. If I tried to explain that in the story, though, is where people would think I was coming up with random excuses, so that's up to the player's interpretation. It makes more sense to say that both Snake and Seven were under the plot with Santa and lying to move things along, and I'm totally fine with that. Did they ever catch up to Akane and Oya in the end? Nope, they didn't. Junpei goes on to spend the rest of his life chasing after her. What were your inspirations when creating your characters? Did you create a niche? Nothing really important in that one. The answer makes me die? Nah, they retcon it, don't worry. What influenced you the most in the making of 999? Many reviewers mentioned the Saw movies, but I think there's more in the game than just some basic horror movies. That was a movie I like, so I'd be lying if I said I wasn't influenced by it, but it wasn't too big of a role. I think the movie itself was influenced by adventure games, so I think the sources are the same. Being isolated someone forced to play a game is very common setup in Japanese anime, manga, and novels, so there's a lot of stories that use that device. I think a lot of the styles I heard of Chad definitely provide the basis. So far as the content, I guess I'd call it Yujikoshi flavor if it felt like being arrogant, and you can think of it being Yujikoshi's literary style. It's funny that he says it feels like being arrogant, but he's entirely right. Yujikoshi's writing, I've never seen anything like it before. It is really unique. But 999 was like his first like mainstream game, right? I know he did a lot of games before it, but I don't think any of them were as... When I say mainstream, I do mean like straight up people know this game. I don't mean like popular games, or I guess semi-popular games, because I've never heard anything he's made before it mentioned, other than Pepsi Man, I guess. Actually, maybe the unknown erotic visual novel was more importantly, or more well known than... People know the Infinity series too. No, they don't. It's not my fault that you know nerds. Yeah, you do know nerds. This is the scene where Jun connected with Junpei of 9 years in the future. Can I safely assume that the world Junpei is in a future where Jun is saved from the incinerator and that 9 years later Jun became Zero to prevent a time paradox? She herself stated that at one point she's less than 0 9 years ago. That's exactly right. Are both Seven and Snake accomplices? No. In the incinerator, Junpei the present accessed Connie the past and saved her. The current Akane Jun snuck out while Junpei and the rest weren't looking, and Akane disappeared before the door was locked. What was the significance of Alice? She was there to explain the Ice 9. What was the significance of Ice 9? What does it have to do with anything? The Ice 9 thing is so weird because they build it up as being like a really big thing in the ending and then it just has nothing to do with it. The significance of Ice 9 is that it proves morphogenetic fields. So did the other chemical that they mentioned in the lab, though. And Ice 9 is also never proved straight up to exist. It's a red herring. Yeah, but then Yujikoshi takes it so far and even makes Alice real and she's standing there at the end. But is it all ice? Who is Nona's twin? Both she and Nona seem important. Nona means 9. Nona has a twin. There's gotta be another spin-off at least. Really important. The question, did Seven really have amnesia? Let's see. That's the latter but Bethany were to say where Snake was on the ship too, we can assume that he knew about it. Definitely, we're gonna assume that Seven didn't lie and fake memories and plan in his mind somehow. It makes more sense to say that both Snake and Seven were in on the plot with Santa and lied to move things along. I'm totally fine with that. How hard is it to create 9 distinct people to interact in various ways as the game progresses? It was a real challenge, to be honest. Though the 9th man dies pretty quickly, there were only really 8 characters, but even so, 8 is still too many for a single story. Story theory says you should only have up to 7 characters: Luke, Obi-Wan, Leia, Han Solo, Chewbacca, R2-D2, and C-3PO. That's 7. If you add Darth Vader and the Emperor, that makes 9. I think Star Wars is a very well-developed story, and the characters are all very solid, which Star Wars uses as a base for legends and myths. According to Jung, those myths and legends are born from the human psyche's archetypes. That fits into the enneagram I was talking about in question 26. With that said, the creation of the character wasn't too hard because I already formed it to work down. Out. Why is Ace allowed to live in the end while his cohorts were killed? He seems to be the biggest monster. It was a person she felt the most animosity towards because there was so much hatred towards him. She didn't want him to die that easily. She wanted him to admit his sins and either be judged legally or he wanted to admit his faults in public. That's what I believe Akane and Santa's motives were. If the people involved all died, then the truth would have been lost. I think they believe that I wanted everyone to know what the horrific event they forced to take part in. Was Snake some kind of mutant or something? He certainly seemed to have some inhuman strength in the safe ending. Snake has the ability to access the morphogenic field and the ability to distinguish even the most distinct sounds. You mentioned the safe ending, but are you talking about him being shot to death? If you are, the reason why he kept getting up was his tenacity. His love for his sister Clother made him a Superman. Toriaki Kubota, the Ninth Man. Who was he? To be more precise, what kind of person was he? Is he the reason that the submarine was there, for instance? Is he the reason he was in such a hurry to get through Door 5 alone because he intended to confess? Is there any particular reason why he was part of our main group instead of the other two? Kubota was the only person who was a coward and went crazy and exploded to death. That personality is why he was chosen as the 9th member. Of course, the most important thing was for Kane to recreate what had happened 9 years ago. If Kubota has nothing to do with the submarine. I believe that the submarine was already there when Ace purchased the ship from Gordain. There was a submarine in the building in Nevada, so the boarding queue would be an exact replica of the ship. It was Lourdes who originally planned to be Alice, so it would have made all the gags about her age funnier. We didn't really have that in mind, however I do agree that it would have been fun in various ways had Lourdes been Alice. This is actually like my biggest question. What did the robe Snake was wearing after you rescued him out of the coffin mean, and what did the flags next to the coffin mean? Well, we sort of made Negishi Nijisaki wear Snake's clothes. I believe the only thing he could have worn were the ceremonial clothes and boating Q. I think Akane and Senta felt bad they made Snake naked. As a side note, that ceremony outfit had begun to Gordain. Back in the day, he and his friends were conducting strange ceremonies in the incinerator. As another side note, the nunnery game wasn't Gintaru's idea, it was Gordain's. He would take the young Englishman who had committed massive debts and force them to play games on the ship. He would enjoy the show with his millionaire friends, and that would bet money on who to survive, while losers were burned and incinerated as a faster sacrifice during the ceremony. After many years of this, Gordain died of old age, but the games continued. In the final game, Gintaru was abducted and forced to participate. He was victorious and felt that if he could win the game, then he can come with a better one. He told Gordain's successor and his fellow millionaires as much. They said it sounded interesting and they told him to do it. That was what led to the nonary game that happened 9 years before 999. Of course, Gintaru's true intention was to test the theory of morphogenetic fields, but that was the story behind the nonary game. He inherited the ship from the millionaires and hosted the game. That was how he got all the funding as well. In other words, there were billionaires watching the game 9 years before 999 and placing bets on who would live and who would die. Yes, they were truly rotten people. That was also when Gintaru found the Mandrake lore in the coffin. He used it to get the drug support that made him a millionaire. Capital L lore that I forgot about. Yeah, that's like a really big thing to explain that he didn't explain in the actual game. I get why. It's not really that important, but... In the axe ending, this Clover escaped as she died in the incinerator room because she couldn't figure out that the 9 was a Q. I believe she didn't make it out. Well, I mean, after all, she kind of had it coming. Regarding the thing that Snake brought up about June and Santa's bracelets, was June's really an upside-down 9 and Santa's a 0? Official answer is yes, however, if we don't stick to the bracelet display, you can think of it as June equals 0. Did she have it coming, Maggie? Yeah, kinda. No, she did nothing wrong. Was the Akane we encountered on the ship a replica? You brought up Lock Socks, but it didn't seem to tie it back in the way you did morphogenic fields or Ice 9. Was that just Makane's mind in some sort of false body? It is the real Akane. The Lock Socks, Ship of Lucius, and John and Lucy ideas show up in the story are all part of the same thing. What is the true essence of a thing? If you're asking how all these things connect to one another, my answer would be, don't you think it's a morphogenic field that ties them all together? For instance, the you of 20 years ago was made up of completely different molecules. How are you still you, right? So what I'm trying to ask is, what is the real you? The notion of self is just a fraction of a much larger set of information. So that's that's part of the morphogenetic field, isn't it? That's more or less where I'm coming from. Whether or not that's true is a different story altogether. I'm assuming that the submarine is used for escaping, but where does the tunnel from Boating Q lead to? Nowhere. If you keep going further down, it's just a dead end. There's a room behind the library in which you are locked into if you reach it. Is this room present on the ship as well? If it is present, what is it? Because I don't really see much purpose to having a room to build puzzles in both ships. Especially since the Alice's coffin can't exist in both rooms. Well, considering the last question, yeah, there is a purpose to having the same room in both ships. This room does exist in the ship. Well, there used to be one. It was a sort of study. There was also a coffin. By the time Gentaro opened it, Alice was gone. Lotus and Seven. All the other characters have their real names revealed by the end of the game. I guess it's just a minor detail, but it's nice to know. What are Lotus's and Seven's real names? In the Japanese version, Lotus's name is revealed to be Kabashiwara, or Kashiwabara. It's revealed in the torture room. Her first name wasn't revealed in the game, but I was thinking it would be Hazuki, because Hazuki means August in Old Japanese. Her ex-husband was named Ichiro, which means firstborn son. So that gives you 1, and then the 8 from August gives you 9. That's why our twins were named Anona and Enya. 7, though, I didn't really give them a real name. It'd be Larry Butts. If there was a sequel, would it be a direct one, or one set in a different timeline, like the future or past or alternate universe, a different place altogether? If there were to be one, I would come up with completely different characters, and then mix in some of the characters from 999 and build a story from that. Of course, the setting where they're being stuck in a room they can't get out of, the storyline would be after the events of 999. Of course, this is all hypothetical. Okay, that answers my question from earlier. I was going to ask, what is VLR? But that pretty much answers it. Why do I only have 8 out of 38 achievements in 999? Oh yeah, because they're all from VLR. So what do you think that Junpei and the Ninth Man actually had a codename for themselves like the rest of the characters? What would they have been? Junpei's number is 5, so I would have called him Hand, because the 5 numbers on a hand, or Star, since the star has 5 points. Or Penta from Pentagon? As for the Ninth Man, that would be hard. Maybe Pigeon, and Kanji Pigeon would be the number 9 plus the kanji for bird. I've heard that the bottom screen represents Akane's perspective of the Nine in the past. He finds the keycards with photographs in the cargo room. They're the current Nine game participants. That would be impossible if it was still Akane's perspective. As it shows the participants of Junpei's time. Is the inventory the only exception to the Akane perspective idea? Very sharp. That was something that's pointed out by debugging staff. Sorry, if you can make up an exception to say that it's like Akane stuff through Junpei's eyes, that would be great. The only plot hole is just like, yeah, no, don't worry about it. Just like, don't worry about it. I don't know. I don't get that because I didn't play the DS version, so I don't get the whole thing. What were the actual values? They're all the same. Ooh, I like this one. What couples do you folk actually see as canon? I mean, June and Junpei seem pretty canon, but is there a possibility of Lotus and Seven? And Yushakoshi responds, I believe Lotus and Seven is totally canon. I mean, she is divorced after all. How did Seven get his scars? He did not have them in the flashback sequences. He got them in an accident that took place after the first Nonary game. He was battling against a particularly powerful global organization. If June was in fact Zero, and Sento was assisting her, was she responsible for implanting the bombs into the executives? Doesn't seem likely given how altruistic she is. You're right. Yeah, I guess you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. Pretty scary, isn't it? The events of 999 take place in the year 2027, so the first Nonary game would have been in 2018. How did Clover know that the number discovered from the Truth Is Gone room was for the safe in the piano room behind door 5? She did not go through door 5, and none of the 3 people who went through door 5 told her about it. Also, is there any significance for the 8-digit number combination for the coffin? He found a note Mochishito had written while he was alive in the captain's room. Learned about the safe in the piano room from him. As far as the meaning behind the numbers, I haven't really told anyone in any other interview, so I'm going to make this just between us. If you take the number 14383421 and multiply it by 9, you get 129450789. What do all those numbers mean? I'll leave it to your interpretation. I actually don't know what that means. Call from Samsung phone? Hey, wait, don't do that. Stop. Truth is gone. I don't get that number. I would think that it would be like all of the characters, right? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, but there's no 3 in it, so it's not that. One tiny question when it comes to an individual's ability to transmit and receive messages from the field concerning Junpei's ability. Was he born with them, or did they awaken mainly because Akane has such a strong bond with him in the first place? You're right, it's the power of love. Santa was the person talking through the speakers. The true values? 1, 2, 9. Oh, yeah, okay, I get it. 3 in it, and there is no 6 in it. Yep, that makes sense. Does Junpei realize Akane risked his life and the lives of 6 others, not including her own, by setting up the second nonary game? No matter how he might have been tricked or put in danger, Junpei would have done the same thing. I really like this next one. What are the heights of each character? What are the measurements for the female character's bust, waist, and hips? Finally, a light question. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, I didn't really give the character specific attributes like that. All I know is that Lotus has big boobs, that's for sure. She used to live in Silicon Valley, but her boobs are not filled with silicone, they are all natural. What did Snake hear when he paused for a moment in door 5? It was never addressed again. He was listening to the movements of the team that had gone through door 4. Yeah, I'm reading out all the questions. I just saw the Richie's last reward part, so this is the last one. Who kidnapped Junpei? I know it's Zero, but who was the person doing all the kidnapping? This is something that lots of people know about, but the person wearing the gas mask was actually Akane. The kidnappings were done by her brother Santa, and as I mentioned in question 65, she had a number of people from her organization helping her out. Alright. So that was 999. 9 doors, 9 hours, 9 persons. And then I gotta play Virtue's Last Reward. So, is VLR better? Is it worse? I've heard both, so I don't know. Kind of mixed. Who's the main character of VLR? Is it Sugma? His name? Sugma, right? Sigma, yeah, that's him. Sigma, Bofu, and Keanu. Both of these is a character in it too. VLR is very, very good though, you'll love it. Yeah. Given that I really like AI and I really like 999, I'm gonna assume that I'm gonna like VLR, and honestly I'm gonna go with the idea that I'm probably gonna like ZTT as well. I can't. If I look up anything about the game, I'm gonna get spoiled. I can't join anyone. I can't even look at the funny jokes on Twitter because I get told that I'm gonna get spoiled if I look in the replies. Alright, well. This ratio ain't enough, we need to take our life. Oh my god. I guess that's it, but I want to start VLR soon. Also, what the hell is going on with Clover being in VLR? Don't answer that. But I know she's in it. The opening cinematic for VLR? Okay. You meant in-game? Boot up the game? Fine, that works too. I can do either or. The thing is that if I boot up the game, I'm gonna end up just like starting it, and I don't want to do that. Hey, you get a little logo on the bottom right and everything. I just saw Ice 9 there. Sigma. I have a lot of questions, but they're not important. Nope. Because all of my questions would be answered by me playing the game. They're questions straight up about VLR and what VLR is, and if I were to ask them, it would just kind of ruin that. Unless VLR doesn't explain anything about how it fits into the rest of the series, but considering they're sold in the same pack and considered the same game on Steam, and have characters from one another, you know. VLR is sort of standalone, but you'll see. Alright, well, I think that's it for now, because I've been streaming for 3.5 hours. I think that was the worst game I've ever played on stream. And I'm never streaming again. Real low bar for the channel. Yeah, I mean, the last game I played was Astral Chain. That game was way better. Alright, but yeah, I'll probably be streaming probably again over the weekend playing VLR. I enjoyed that. That game was really good. Thank you for watching.